JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. What's good with you? It's your boy JB here, and we are live here Wednesday. Lots of stuff to cover here, both from the college football perspective and the NFL. A lot of things have changed here over the last couple of weeks here, so excited to dive into that. I see that we've got Mr. JB in the building saying, how you guys doing here? And so I am great. And Zoe will be joining here shortly here. He's just trying to figure out some things with his audio right now, but he will be joining there very shortly. But man, a lot of things to cover for the NFL and college football here. I'll give a minute for a couple more people to dive in, but man, just thinking about right now the college football playoffs and where things currently stand right now. I mean, at the top, you've got a couple familiar faces up there. You know, Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M. There's been a lot of controversy in terms of who should really be number one. And so, Daniel, what's good? Daniel says, happy Wednesday and hello, everyone. How are you doing? And so JB knows it's been a minute, but guys, we are basically almost at the halfway point of the month. Thanksgiving is coming so fast. I mean, time is just flying. And so, Zoe, talk to us.
Is it working now? You hear me now?
Okay, I can somewhat hear your audio, but I feel like it's just like normally sometimes it's hard for me to hear your audio, but I think the people in the chat should be able to hear. So let us know, those of us in the chat, can you guys hear Zoe properly over there?
What about now?
Okay, that's perfect. There we go. Now we're in business here.
Okay, bet.
All right, bet. So I know it's been a minute since we've been up here. So Zoe, since your boy JJ McCarthy's been back, you know, when he first came back that first week, he did some great things. Last week, you know, he left some things on the table. So how are you feeling right now about where he's at and where the Vikings are right now?
Like he can shit. Like I don't like he can play better. I mainly blame the shit what we see on JJ. Me personally, I blame it on play calling. Like against the Ravens in a close football game, we threw 40 times. We threw 42 passes and ran 13 passes. We don't have 13 runs with 42 passes for no reason. Like I always said, KOC is not the best head coach for me, but many Viking fans like KOC. But 42 passes against 13 runs and a rookie quarterback down there is crazy to me. Yeah. Like JJ been playing good. Like he throw interception, he do, but I don't blame him. I blame the play caller. It's the play caller for me.
Okay. How's my mic now, Samuel? Is it any better? I just upped my mic volume. I just figured out how to do that on my end, actually. But yeah, I feel you there, man. But that's crazy to have a young quarterback in his first year starting, coming back off an injury. You're gonna ask him to throw the ball 40 plus times against a team that I would think you guys should at least be able to mix it up a little bit better in terms of a little bit more runs. I would think because it was a close game. Close game.
All game, man. Like I tell people. Like a lot of Viking fans would get in love that KOC won 13 games. He won 15 games. But me personally, I watch the games. Now look at the play calling. With me, the play calling with KOC always been questionable. And now other people is seeing what I've been talking about 4 years ago. So they really late to the party. But JJ McCarthy, I feel like if KOC don't get straight with the play calling, he might be good because the Vikings might move on from KOC next year. But this year is a big year. The rest of the games on to developing JJ McCarthy and making the offense look better. Because like people want to say the Baltimore Ravens is back. Back from what? Like you think the Baltimore Ravens can compete for a Super Bowl? They barely beat the Vikings offense who killed themselves. Like the Ravens ain't do nothing in that game that I could say, damn, they had the Vikings beat themselves with the on 3rd and 1, JB. What we do, we throw the football on multiple 3rd and 1, on 3rd and 2. So for people to say the Ravens is back, that's mind blowing to me. Like the Ravens, like at the end of the day, I don't think the Ravens can beat Indianapolis. I know for damn sure they can't beat Kansas City. We're gonna see with Buffalo. Probably can't beat Denver, but Baltimore Ravens is not back. And for y'all who are Baltimore Ravens fans is happy that the Ravens just make the playoffs and that's it, that's crazy to me when y'all have a veteran quarterback getting paid all that money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you're right. You're right. I think about, over the last couple of years, the best example I can think of is when you look at the collegiate football and you look at what Penn State, what James Franklin was. One could say like last year got into the Final Four, year before that, get him about, 9, 10 wins consistently. But the true hardcore fan knows like, hey, we don't play just to, look good in the regular season, keep losing the big games. You don't want that as a fan. You want to win it all. So,
hey, so I like that. So let me ask you this. By me and you doing our show, how long we doing our show, you've been hearing me vent. So do you think KLC like a James Franklin? Because I want to do a video on that though. Because I never thought about James Franklin.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's actually a really good comparison there. Because I mean, are there some things that he do good? Yes, but I feel like there are some coaches that they excel when it comes to like if they have a great team at beating the ones they're supposed to beat, but when the pressure heats up. And like you get into those situations, like I think about a guy like a Andy Reid. I know that Andy Reid, since he got his Patrick Mahomes, he's a guy that can go out there and he can scheme it up when he needs to make the adjustment. Bill Belichick for years, as many bad things he's doing now, when he was back in his heyday, younger and really focused on football, he can make a halftime adjustment that can win you a game you might not have won without that adjustment. And that's what you need from a head coach. Now, I like some of the things of what KOC can do. Don't get me wrong, but to win a Super Bowl, it's deeper than just like, oh, I can develop a subpar quarterback. Can you elevate the team when they need to be elevated? That's
so let me ask you this though. Like I like that James Franklin comparison because I never thought about James Franklin, and that's a good comparison. But like I tell people, like what will possess you, or how can you go to the owners in a gym after the game plan will fail after a game? And show them you threw the ball 42 times with 13 rushes. And your running backs listening to this though, they were averaging 4.6 yards and 5 point or something yard a carry.
Yeah.
And you just abandoned the run game.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Because that right there shows like, hey, you're trying to do too much. You got to bring the kid along to get him where he's at. That's one thing I would say about Jim Harbaugh, that I love what he did with the Chargers. Just because Justin Herbert had the name, just focus on the name that he had. He said, no, we're going to come in, we're going to run this ball. Make it easy for him.
Why you say them though?
Because I like what he did. He took a big name quarterback, and while everybody else would have said, hey, we got Justin Herbert, we got to throw the ball 1,000,000 times. But he said, no, we're going to come in, we're going to work on this offensive line. We're going to run the ball, bring in some running backs that can, we can rotate, ride the hot hand, and let's create a system in place to make it easy. Because guys like a Justin Herbert, guys like a Brock Purdy, guys like that, they need a system in place so that way they can be at their best. You guys going to do too much, they're going to fail.
But my thing is though, that's why I can see the New York Giants' next head coach being Jesse Milton, the defense coordinator at the LA Chargers. I can still be the Chargers' next head coach. Me being the Giants' next head coach.
Because they had me a little concerned when I was starting to hear that guys like Mike McCarthy might be in consideration and stuff like that. I was like, come on, guys. Do we ever learn? Like,
you don't like Mike McCarthy?
Like, I mean, not that I think he's a bad coach, but for what they're trying to do, what they want to accomplish, if you want a Super Bowl, Mike McCarthy's not going to get you there. Now, I know he's gotten one in the past, but that's just luck, honestly. I hate to call Super Bowl luck, but he ain't going to do it again.
I feel you, though, but at this point, the Giants need somebody to come in, can build some structure and a winning philosophy through that motherfucker. Like Jesse, the defensive coordinator at LA Chargers, I like him because he came from Michigan and he turned that program around on defense to one of the best in the country. Then he went to the LA Chargers and he turned that defense around. And he came up under Harbaugh, so he know how to develop a quarterback. You run the fucking football. It ain't rocket science. It's not hard. And I want to ask you this though. By you being a New England fan, how you feel about your boy right now? Your boy looking good. Hey, I must say, you know I'm not a Drake May fan, but your boy is looking good. Your boy looking good.
Oh God, yeah, like
oh my God. Man. What?
And again, before I say that though, I do want to say, Samuel, happy birthday. I know I'm a couple days late there because I hadn't been streaming there, but happy birthday. I'm glad that you were able to get some money there for your birthday.
You've been looking for you, man. Birthday. Hey, JB, every live stream I had, where's JB? Where's JB? I said, bro, JB, I don't know where the fuck JB at. I don't know. He at home. He okay, but damn. Every live stream, I'm seeing 10 comments, where's JB?
Oh, yeah, I appreciate that. All
yeah,
right, but
your quarterback.
What's the question again? Oh, Drake May.
How you like?
Honestly,
he looking good. Like even like, but before you go, I want to say that even last year, he ain't looked bad. He looked decent last year, but this year, it's like he taking the next step in. He knocking off some big dogs though. Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen. He knocking off, even though the running game was there, he was there too. So I'm not gonna put everything on the running game because I'm watching what I see. He looked, he looking good.
Oh yeah, oh man. I have to say this, like the first thing that comes to mind when I think about Drake May is I want to quote something that Stephon Diggs said about describing Mike Vrabel. He described Mike Vrabel as almost like a parent figure when it comes to like having that appropriate parent to where it's like he's not overly strict, but he's not overly loose. He understands his players. I remember during the summer he jumped in there, to break up some fights and stuff, get his guys motivated, understand what gets them going. Because it's not just only Drake May now. I'm noticing Travion Henderson is finally coming around the last couple of games. Because without Ramondre Stevenson, I was concerned. Tennessee didn't want to make a trade with us because they were mad with Mike Vrabel, so they turned down the Tony Pollard trade and stuff like that. I'm like, oh man, but he's finally coming along, and it's the confidence that Mike Vrabel's giving in them, and what is also helping Drake May. Josh McDaniels is a good offensive coordinator. I noticed that the 1 year we had him with Mac Jones, he brought out stability with Mac Jones that first year. Now after that, the wheels came off, the training wheels came off, but Drake May always had potential. He just needed someone to guide him. And Josh McDaniels is not trying to make him Brady 2.0. No, he understands Drake and his skill sets. And when you have an offensive coordinator that's fully focused on him, not trying to become a head coach, because he don't fail twice. He know that's not for him. And so this is it. He's focused purely on that. So long story short, man, I'm just happy. But at the same time, I'm being realistic with myself too. One, Tampa Bay was not at full strength. They didn't have Chris Godwin. They didn't have Mike Evans out there. They're struggling with injuries. Baker Mayfield did what he could. But at some point, this is the NFL. If you don't have your top guys, that's going to add up. Two, I'm seeing Buffalo get knocked around by the Dolphins. So I'm wondering how big of a team is Buffalo right now. So we beat some teams.
Pause right there, though. So pause right there. So let me ask you this. Because I feel like this just me. I feel like Buffalo is coming off the high horse right now. We all seeing that. It ain't no sugarcoat. But you feel like New England gonna make the playoffs, right? You feel like that, right?
Playoffs, yeah.
Right. But do you feel like they can win a playoff game as of right now?
As of right now, I would give us winning one playoff game.
That's good right now. That's good. But I can't say this though. He's looking good, bro. I tell people, I'm not a Drake May fan, but Drake May is looking good. He is looking good. I got to give your props. And Drake May is knocking off big dogs. Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield.
Oh yeah.
Man, that's big. That's big. Even though your running back, that was the best game so far last week. Henderson, I thought Henderson might have been a motherfucking bust the way shit
I
been
was
looking.
concerned myself.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like,
Because I
this
saw
motherfucker.
Jenkins with the Browns, and I was like, oh, damn, was I wrong? Like, but
Yeah,
yeah.
because I remember me in your Texas. I'm like,
Mhm.
damn, he told me dog was him, but last week he is him. Like y'all look good. I gotta give you your props though. But you know, JB, so I could talk with you because you a different fan base. When people tell me Viking fan mainly, JJ McCarthy gonna be okay. This is what rookie quarterbacks do. And I tell people, I've been feeling like this by KLC for 4 years about the play calling. And I'm looking at Drake May, who some say was the best quarterback in the draft class. He played more games than JJ, yes, but JJ had way more weapons than the Drake May. And some people say JJ McCarthy have the quarterback whisper compared to Drake May. Then I'm looking at Caleb Williams. He taking baby steps though, but I'm looking at him. Then I see what Jaden Daniel did last year, and I'm seeing what Bo Nix is doing with Bo Nix ain't playing bad. I'm a Bo Nix fan. He ain't been playing good, but the offense, the receiver dropping passes, then I don't know. But when I'm looking at JJ McCarthy, I'm not getting that same vibes. And I tell people it mainly due to play calling. Like the play calling for JJ McCarthy, JB been like how you throw 42 times against the Baltimore Ravens and the game was close all game long. Like why is your quarterback dropping back 42 times when the game is close or you will win by 6 or 5 points? I can't really remember, but the game was close all game. So why he dropping back 42 times and you only ran the football 13 times? That go to coaching. Like people say, JJ overthrew receivers. He did this. He should have threw the fucking football 42 times from the get-go. And I'm looking at Drake May. They run the football. He got passes. He connect. He looking good. It's a nice offense as of right now. That bringing in a rookie quarterback. You're not asking for too much, but you asking for a little of something. But with the Vikings, they acting like they have a veteran quarterback at the quarterback spot. So they asking for too much. And that fall back on coaching. I might be wrong, though. I might not know shit. I'm just saying.
Nice. You got a good point, because certainly at this point, not only that, when you've seen your quarterback has been banged up the way that JJ has been, he's been dealing with some injuries, so you're going to ask him to come in and throw 40 plus times. That's insane, especially when you are running, because you referenced Drake May. There was a couple of times earlier this season where we did have to throw the ball more because our running game was up and down because Stevenson kept fumbling the ball early in the season. He finally cut that stuff out, and him being hurt means, we're not fumbling the ball like that. But it really comes down to play calling. That's so important. That's why you have a guy like, I know right now Joe Flacco with the Cincinnati Bengals, obviously he's got Chase and stuff like that, but play calling makes a difference. Making sure that what is he excelling? What's most comfortable for JJ? He should throw the ball maybe about 28 times in a game, 28, 29, have a solid running game. You talking about over 4 yards a carry, and you got 2 running backs that potentially can, at least come in, get some, good carries in. And I'm sure you guys have a third guy that you can sprinkle in. And so the game was close. And it's the Ravens. They've been bad defensively this year. They're playing better, but they've been bad, so.
Yeah, so
they definitely should throw the ball 40 times.
But it should be blowing my mind when I'll be listening to other Viking players, but I'll be listening to other Viking people complaining.
Bro, I heard one dude say that he'd rather have Christian Ponder in there at quarterback, bro. I said,
no, that's not like listen. I'm gonna say this right now. It is not the quarterback's fault. The quarterback is damn near a rookie who got under 10 start at being a quarterback in the NFL. Your play calling had to be crispy. You were supposed to be a quarterback whisperer, an offensive guru. So how do you sit up and explain how you threw the football 42 times against the Ravens and the Ravens couldn't fucking score on your defense? And you ran the ball 13 times. Like you said, people will average over 4 yards a carry. And you say, F the run game, we going to air it out. Because I want my quarterback to get better at throwing the football. Like I tell people, at that point, you might ruin a motherfucking quarterback. Because the quarterback throw the ball 50 and 60 times a game, that don't mean you developing a quarterback. What are we talking about? Do y'all not watch football? You don't develop a quarterback like that. I'm seeing Drake May and Bo Nix. I was a Bo Nix fan. I was not on the Drake May bandwagon. But Drake May looking good. Because the Ravens now asking Drake May to put the team on his back. And I don't even know who the fuck Drake May receivers even are. Who the fuck is Mac or Mike Hollins? Who is he? How long he been there?
Man walks around barefooted, they say.
Who is he though? I'm asking you though, for who is Mac or Mike Hollins?
Yeah, Mac Hollins, he played with the Raiders, Falcons, but he's a journeyman. He's a journeyman. He goes there for a year.
I don't know if y'all drafted him or not. I'm just saying. And we got Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hockenson, Aaron Jones, Jordan. Why is the offense looking bad? But Vikings fan, though, JB, I got to vent about the Vikings, bro. My bad. I meant to go live earlier on before, but I was too busy. But I got to say this. We blame Kirk Cousins at Vikings fan. We blame Nick Mullins, who was the backup quarterback. We blame Joshua Dobbs, who got traded to the Vikings. We blame Sam Darnold for the Minnesota Vikings. And like you said, some Vikings fans are blaming JJ McCarthy. At the end of the day, out of all them 5 quarterbacks, who is the one person connected to all of them quarterbacks? Who can you think of?
All KOC.
But like I tell people, JB, because he won 13 games, because he won 15 games, they think this motherfucker can't be fired because he won 13 to 15 regular season games with no playoff wins, one division title. And they think he can't get fired if this shit goes sideways this year. They call me crazy, delusional, and I'm not a real fan. And this is what it's supposed to look like when you got a rookie quarterback. Is this what it's supposed to look like, JB? You had a rookie quarterback last year. Is this what it's supposed to look like?
Nah. I mean, especially you look at the weapons that you got. But you know what? This reminds me of, and remember what we talked about last year, before the end of college football. So think more so earlier in the season, all right? Me being a Buckeye fan, and then, Ryan Day. Prior to last year's championship run and stuff like that, it was always the same thing with him, similar to with James Franklin. The only difference was Ryan Day realized, hey, I got a play calling problem. Let me go get someone like Chip Kelly to come in and focus purely on calling that offense. And then when you guys exposed us at home, they realized that shook Chip Kelly play calling. When you had your best receiver on the team call you out and y'all concerned oh shit, he might transfer now. He might leave us. We better start throwing him the ball. Then all of a sudden I seen a different team. We put Tennessee to sleep in the playoffs, and then it was just like a different team. But it's the same team, but the play calling made us look different. The play calling. So that's when the coach got to step back and say, hey, I'm not getting we're not getting the job done offensively.
It ain't that, JB. Like I tell Vikings fans, it's like this is 0-1. Y'all just not complaining about the play calling. I seen this motherfucker probably about last year or 2. I don't remember. I seen him do a tush push with a backup quarterback, with a little ass receiver who at 5'8", pushing the pile. 2 plays in a row against the Bengals. And we ain't convert now 1. It was turnover on down.
Damn.
The play call for the Vikings, it been horrible. What Vikings fans need to recognize is this, JB. Ignore them 13 to 15 wins. And watch what you seen during them motherfucking wins. Because the shit always been here. Now, the shit is just, what you call it? when your bullshit is catching up with you. I forgot
Oh,
what
yeah,
you
this
call
is
it.
catching up. Oh, yeah,
Yeah, like the
definitely.
bullshit, it catching up with KLC now. Like your pay call have been ass since day one, but you got lucky and won them games. But in the playoffs, you don't win shit. But you won 15, 18 regular season games. Then in the playoffs, you lose. But Viking fans will blame the quarterback right now. Oh, it's cool. This what JJ supposed to look like here. Like, bro, I seen plenty rookie quarterbacks in my time watching football. I ain't never seen a motherfucker look like this. Motherfucker throwing the ball 20 feet in the air, people fumbling, play calling horrible. Like, if you know your quarterback is struggling,
Yep.
why not run football and hide your quarterback? That's what you want to do as the head coach.
Broncos love doing that. They love doing that.
Hey, shout out to Tom Payton. He know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to our college picks here. So let me go ahead and share the screen. All right, let's see. All right, can y'all see that good or
Yeah, I'm
too
doing,
much?
man.
You should be able to see that. Oh man, my lead has disappeared, man. Like, old man is right there, just a game behind me. At one point, I feel like I had like a 5-game lead or something like that. But old man's been killing it. Or I just been slipping up. All right, but let's see what you did last week. All right, so you got Texas Tech correct over BYU. All right, Southern Miss. All right, Gamecocks won that one. A&M, and we're gonna talk about A&M later on there. Let's see, TCU loss. Arizona got that W. Okay, Oregon won. Now that was a game that was very close there. I slick thought Iowa had a chance to pull it off there, but at the end of the day, Oregon won that one. Let's see. Oh, Virginia. I didn't realize Virginia had lost to Wake
I don't know
Forest.
why
That's
I don't know
a
why I keep on picking
big
them,
loss
though.
for them.
I don't know why I keep on picking them motherfucking bombs. What up, Tyson? Hey, Tyson, my dog, he be on my chat though. I be going loud like him. He be there too.
Was good. And then Florida State. Oh man, Florida State's 4-5 on the year. My goodness, that's a nasty loss right there for Bama. But the good thing for Bama is that when they lost to Florida State, that was super early in the year, a completely different team. But still, for them to lose like that to Clemson, I thought they would put up a better fight. You got Nebraska winning. All right, you picked 44 points there against Texas Tech. Okay. So overall, your record for the week for college football was all right, 7-3. Okay.
Hey, that one week
That's
messed
pretty
me up.
good, man. Above 500.
Hey, that one shit fucked me up when my shit ain't record, dog.
Say what?
Remember that one week my shit ain't record?
Uh-huh.
That shit fucked me up. I'm seeing.
Oh yeah. Let's see what old man. So old man went 8-2. Man, he's been killing it with these. I'm telling you, with these sport picks here for college football. All right. Also picked Texas Tech. All right. Southern Miss, Jacksonville State, A&M. All right. We all messed up with TCU. Arizona, Oregon. All right. He chose Virginia. Can't blame him there. He picked Clemson here. I don't even remember who I chose for that one. Nebraska. All right, he said 47 points. Okay. So again, he went 8-2. Now for me, let's see. I'm pretty sure my week, I probably went 7-3 also, probably. Yep, 7-3. All right, so I also chose Texas Tech, Southern Miss, Jacksonville State, A&M, TCU. So all of us lost with the TCU pick. Arizona, Oregon, messed up on the Virginia also. All right, so I chose Florida State. That was my downfall, choosing Florida State. All right, Nebraska. And I also chose 47 points. So, okay. And now it's time for next week, these upcoming games here. Man, college, like we're almost to the point of rivalry week now, man. College football has just been going crazy. And so, Vincent, what's good?
Delton, what's the deal?
So Notre Dame, last week, Notre Dame, I believe they beat Navy, gave Navy their first loss. They're currently ranked number 9. They're going against Pittsburgh. If there's one thing that Pittsburgh always typically does, they upset somebody. Now, Pittsburgh does play Miami late, like end of the season as well. I believe that Pittsburgh will win at least one of those games between Miami and Notre Dame. But who you got with this one? So I'm going to let you go first. Notre Dame at Pittsburgh.
I got the home team.
Tyson's got Southern Miss, Miami, Georgia, and Oregon. Okay, okay.
I got the home team.
Yeah, so who you got with this one?
The home team.
Okay, okay. Oh, so you're going with Pittsburgh here. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I like Pittsburgh. I think they're having a quiet year, and if they could beat a team like Notre Dame, that would be really big for them. I know it's not a conference game, but at the same time, you beat a top 10 team at this point, that should elevate you some. But I'm going to go with Notre Dame here. I think Notre Dame is going to beat Pittsburgh here, so I'm going to go with Notre Dame. All right, next up, Arizona at Cincinnati. So Cincinnati at 7-2, Arizona at 6-3. Because the Bearcats are at home in this matchup here, I think it'll be a close one, but I'm going to go ahead and choose Cincinnati. Who you got in this one?
I got the home team again.
Okay, okay, bet. Let's go. Ooh, next up, Oklahoma versus Alabama. So I'm going to let you pick first for this one.
This another one. I got the home team again. Shit. I'm going with the home team again. Shit. I ain't lying.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me in the chat if I am mistaken, but last year I think Oklahoma did beat Alabama last year. It was an upset, but they were at Oklahoma at that time. I like how Alabama's been playing lately. I feel like, Tyson's is doing a great job. So I'm going to choose Alabama at home because I just don't see Oklahoma winning it on the road. I just can't see it. Let's see. Tyson says then Ohio State, Georgia, Indiana, Miami. Vincent says Lank. Best recognized. All right, so who will win this matchup here? So Virginia versus Duke. I got to go with Virginia. I know that they're coming off a loss there, but they've played some pretty good football there. A little bit more consistent, although as of late they have lost a couple. But I like Virginia on the road against Duke. Who do you like in this one?
Once again, I got to go with the home team, man. It
Okay.
getting late in the season. All these W's and losses about to really matter. Home field really matter. I got to go with the home team. And Virginia burned me too many times.
Okay.
Well, twice when I picked their ass and they lost.
We've got a good one here. The Iowa Hawkeyes, a very underrated team at the USC Trojans here. I'm going to choose USC. They're at home. I like what USC's been doing lately. I think USC is going to have enough offense to win it. Iowa will keep it close. First half will be close, but the separation will come in the fourth quarter when USC makes the plays they need to make. Who you got in this one?
Man, it looked like the shit crazy though. I'm going with the home team again. Like
My man's going with all the home teams here. Maybe he knows something I don't.
No, not all of them though. Not all of them. They look like it.
I'm about to say you can keep the trend going with this one. Who you got from Memphis and East Carolina?
No, I got Memphis on this one.
Okay. All right, yeah, I'm going with Memphis in this one too. I'd like to see East Carolina, get the W, but I got to go with Memphis here. And so Tyson says Indiana versus Ohio State championship.
That'd be nice.
All right, let's see. Texas versus Georgia. Now I got to go first with this one here. So when I think about this one, I know I've been very harsh on Texas this season, but Texas is playing their best ball right now. Now that being said, though, Georgia at home, do I see Texas going on the road to beat Georgia? I know Texas has a brutal schedule, but can they win this one? I'm going to go ahead and go with Georgia at home for the fact that they are at home here. But I would not be surprised if an upset did happen, but I'm going to go with Georgia. What about you, Zoe?
Once again, Going with the home team. I'm going with the home team. I gotta go with Georgia. I don't know. Didn't Manny get hurt last week or some shit like that?
I believe that he played like that
No.
following game after that. I don't know if he got hurt again, but he should be
Oh,
fine to my
it
knowledge.
don't matter. I'm going with Georgia. I gotta go with Georgia after Korea against Texas. Gino.
All right. So next, Kennesaw State versus Jacksonville State. Who you like in this one?
I gotta go with the weight team on this one. I gotta go with the people, man. Like I gotta go with the people on this one, man. 66%, 68. I gotta go with the weight team.
I'm also rocking with Kennesaw State. I don't just wear the T-shirt for decoration sometimes. I think that they're having a great season. Although Jacksonville State is certainly a tough road opponent, I'm gonna go with Kennesaw State for this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up, TCU versus BYU. Definitely BYU. Give me BYU. TCU has let me down for the last time. So as much as I like Josh Hoover and company, that they are not enough. They are not enough. BYU is a solid program. How about you, Zoe?
I gotta go with the home team once again. I gotta go with the home team. Like I don't. If BYU running back to back yet? Who got hurt a couple weeks ago?
What's his name? Because I think they
I
got that
forgot.
guy, what's his name? Martin in the backfield, I think.
He got hurt like the 2 weeks ago. Is he back? It don't matter. I got
I think
BYU.
he's bad. I think he's
It
bad.
don't matter. I got BYU shit.
They could put the coach back there, and I think they'll win this game. All right, let's see. Boise State versus San Diego State. Now, I honestly haven't watched much of the Aztecs play this year. So who you like in this one?
Man, ain't no way in fuck I'm picking no team called the Aztec. I'm going with Boise State. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm going with Boise State. I have to.
Tyson said Michigan upsets Ohio State November 29th, 24-20. I don't think Zoe would consider that an upset. Zoe would be like, you guys have won the last couple. He wouldn't call that an upset.
Hell no, shit. Michigan had 2 bye weeks too. Should they better win out. How many bye weeks y'all had this year? Just one?
So far, we've had just one. I think, just one.
I'm saying, do y'all got any more bye weeks coming up or no?
I got to look at that one. I want to say that we do, but I don't know when exactly. But I think we do have one more still to come. It would be nice if they actually scheduled it before you guys, but we will see.
Probably next week if y'all
Let's
do.
see. Tyson said Texas is ass. Samuel says he's going to pick the home team here. All right, meanwhile, for me, I'm going to go with the Aztecs here.
I can't go with the Aztecs.
Something about Boise State this year is just, I don't know if I can count on them on the road in this matchup. All right, so how many points for the Pittsburgh and Notre Dame matchup? How many points did you come up with?
I put 47.
You said how much?
47.
Okay, I think, let's see, knowing Notre Dame, knowing Pittsburgh, I'm going to go ahead and say, let's see, I'm just going to say like maybe exactly 40. All right, so that is our picks here for college football. And so now we will turn it over and take a quick look at the college football playoff rankings. So let me switch it over to this tab and make sure everybody can see it. All right, now can you guys actually see the rankings so far?
Yeah, we see it.
Should be able to see the top 7.
Yeah.
That says TCU. All right, so at number 1, they've got Ohio State. 2, they have Indiana, in which I thought Indiana was about to be out for the count, but somehow, some way, they won, and they were not penalized for struggling in that game at all. They were given the benefit of the doubt. In fact, if anything else, it probably somehow helped Mendoza when it comes to his Heisman candidacy somehow. And then you've got A&M at number 3. So you guys in the chat, you tell me, but JB obviously a Buckeye fan here. You guys give me your unbiased opinion. Are the Buckeyes, should they really be ranked number 1 right now? And is A&M at 3 too low? And while they come up with their thoughts, Zoe, how would you have ranked the top 3 in your honest opinion?
Like I can see why the Buckeyes #1. They won the national last year, even though they had a cupcake schedule. They still like you could have lost to a cupcake team, but they kept it rolling, and it's just #1. Indiana #2. I could see that. Like I don't really have a problem with the 1 through 7 for real. Like you might complain from 4 through 7. You might want to flip flop somebody, but Alabama, if I'm not mistaken, they beat Georgia. If I'm not mistaken,
Yeah, I believe that's the
yeah.
case.
And I'm not sure who Georgia big dog beat was compared to Texas Tech and Ole Miss. So by me saying that, I'm not mad about the 1 to 7 because after next week, the shit probably gonna look different between who the teams play. But I'm not mad at one. Ohio State national title ain't lose yet. Say what you want to say about the schedule. They could have failed. They could have failed to a punk ass team. Then we'd be throwing darts at their ass. But they keep on rolling, keep on winning. I can respect that. I can respect #2. #3, I like. Then 4 through 7, it probably just popular opinion at that point.
I probably would have swapped Indiana and Texas A&M. I do feel like, given what I've seen from A&M, what they've done so far is really impressive. And then Indiana, they're having a great season too, but I feel like since it's very close, if I knew Indiana was playing A&M and I had to pick, based upon what I've seen so far, what they've done, who would win in that matchup, I don't think I'd give much hesitation that I would say Texas A&M would win that. But to me, I feel like it's not really much thought that I think
Whoa.
A&M would beat Indiana head to head.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I like that poison at quarterback in Indiana. I ain't gonna lie to you. What's the name? Mendoza or
Yeah,
something?
Mendoza. Hmm.
Hey, I like him. And for him to go to Penn State, even though Penn State not good, but Penn State ain't been good in a lot of years. And Indiana ain't win to Penn State in what, 20 years?
Hmm. Oh
And
wow, it's been that long?
it was a long ass time. Don't quote me. It been over 10 years. It might have been 20 years for real. But for him to go to Penn State and get that W, I gotta take my hat off. And he been looking good. I like what I see out that quarterback though. Even though I feel what you saying, if they play 101,
Hmm.
to me, I ain't really seen too much of Texas play. I seen Indiana play like twice this year, and I like what I see out their quarterback though. I like their quarterback.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I mean the top seven is good. It's just I feel A&M is the better team than Indiana at this point. But other than that, everything else looks good for me. Because obviously we saw Alabama versus Georgia. Texas Tech, they did lose, but they're a great team. And then Ole Miss, we all know the struggles with Ole Miss, not being able to beat a team like an Alabama, struggling versus a team like Georgia. That's their Achilles heel. So I'm happy with the top seven.
Yeah, I can't complain.
All right, let's see below that. All right, so if we look at 8 through 14 right now, see a couple teams there with 2 losses. Notre Dame, they're at #9. I remember at one point in time they were like, what, 0-2? So I think they won 7 straight. They just beat a pretty good, Navy team that was undefeated. You've got Oregon here. They're 8-1. They could have lost to Iowa. I don't even feel like the same thing I felt last year. Like when I watched Oregon last year, I felt that sense like, hey, this team right here, they could potentially do something special. I don't really get that feel from this year's Oregon team. I feel like they're a good team, but I don't think they're a top 5 team. That's not their ceiling, I don't think.
Yeah, I feel
Let's
you
see.
though. But like if you put Oregon, they already beat Texas, right?
Oregon played Texas this year?
They ain't played Texas yet?
Let me look and see on their schedule real quick. But you can continue that one. I'm going to pull up Oregon's schedule.
Like it depends on if Oregon beat Texas. I think did they play Texas? Yeah, I think they did play Texas.
Let's see. So Oregon.
It depends. They played Texas and beat them or not. If not, I would swap Texas for Oregon for sure. I'll probably move Oregon to #9, Texas to #8. Notre Dame can go down, son, to number 10.
Yeah, they did not play Texas this year.
Who they beat?
Their biggest win so far this season
Well, Penn
is
State.
against Penn State, it
Who
seems.
else? I thought
Because the only team other than that they play, only team that they play that's currently ranked right now is Indiana, and that was a loss. Everybody else is not currently ranked.
oh,
And at the time, Penn State was ranked at least, and they won out with 30-24,
so
letting Penn State almost come back and take
so
it
I
from them.
I probably like me personally though. I probably swap Texas with Oregon, move to number 10 just because like y'all ain't looking good. Y'all ain't playing nobody. Y'all looking like
Hmm.
the ass team for real. And Oklahoma, I gotta see a little more, but I'm not really mad about the rest of the shit. I'll just
Yeah,
move Texas to number 8 though for real.
yeah. But at least with Texas, with their strength of schedule that they've got left, they really control their destiny, really. If they could win out,
Mhm.
they will be in there. So at least they've got that going for them. And there's nothing the committee would like more than to be able to say, hey, we're going to put a Manning in the college football playoffs. That's what they want. So
Yeah, hell yeah.
my bad, y'all, with the comments there. Let's see. The upset, regular blowout. Sanders says pick TCU. Tyson says San Diego State. Okay, Sanders called the away team. And Dutton says Bama at number 1. Black Madison, what's good? Says UGA beat Ole Miss. He said A&M hasn't played the top teams in their conference. Indiana has. So let's see, is that everything there? Okay, okay. All right, let's take a look at Indiana's schedule real quick and compare the two real quick. So let me pull up Indiana's schedule and then I'll switch it over there. But that's the best part is that if everybody take care of business the rest of the way, things will work themselves out. Now that we've got this many teams, in the
Yeah,
playoffs. Let's see. All right, so let me share this screen. Make sure you guys can see it. All right, can y'all see it clear or do I need to make it bigger?
probably a little bigger.
All right, so let me make it just a little bit bigger here.
Yeah, that's right.
All
Yeah.
right, so let's see. Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, Indiana State. All right, they're fighting the Illini, Iowa. That was close. Okay. And then obviously the
Oh, they
Oregon
beat
game, big
Oregon.
win there. Michigan State,
Man, Oregon balling right now,
UCLA,
man.
Maryland, Penn State, which now at the time is like that. So that's what they've done so far. So if we're looking at, obviously the biggest win here is the Oregon matchup there. Impressive as well as Iowa, because Iowa's not a pushover. So Iowa, they're good.
I
They
like
embarrassed the Fighting Illini. I still don't think the Fighting Illini has recovered since then.
I like what I see out of Indiana. Like I said, I like that quarterback though for real. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And what I also like is that in the games that they're supposed to win, look at the difference here. 55-10, 56-6. They're not playing around. 38-13. So when they do beat somebody, it's decisive. If they're better than you, it is
38-13.
decisive.
Yeah.
So that's good. Poor Wisconsin. I feel bad. I hate seeing Wisconsin getting ran to the ground like that. It just makes me sad to see. All right. And who was the other team we were comparing with them? Was it Texas A&M?
Yeah. Or Texas.
Let's see.
I think it might have been Texas.
All right. Let's look at this.
He said, "Don't forget about the University of Miami."
Mr. JB said, "Don't forget about the University of Miami."
I think they got. Hey, I do like their rookie receiver though. He a dog. Malachi, I think his name is
What number? That's number
number
Is it
10.
what, number 10? Yeah, number 10.
Hey, they say he's supposed to be in high school right now playing football.
Imagine being a high school DB and that's your first assignment there. Guard that guy.
Yeah,
You look at A&M. Let's see. They got the win over Notre Dame, which is a top 10 victory still, so that's worth a lot. They beat Auburn. At this time, Auburn was teetering, deciding if they're going to try to be a good team or not. Mississippi State's been playing good football, and they decisively beat Mississippi State because even though Texas beat Mississippi State, it was very close. They had to come back to do it, but this was decisive. Then you got Florida, another decisive victory, 34-17. Florida had even upset Texas, I believe. Then you've got the Razorbacks on the road. Now that one was close there, but they won that one. Embarrassed LSU at LSU. Let's see. Beat Mizzou, again, a team that's been in the top 25 for the most part of the season. And then we've got, upcoming rest of the way. They will get to play Texas before it's all said and done. And that's going to be a huge game. Not just, obviously, college football playoff picture. We're talking recruiting, all of that stuff there. A&M versus Texas. And don't forget, Texas Tech's been great this year, too. So Texas has been up this year, exception being TCU, the only team that's been not that great. Because even Houston's been great this year.
They played Texas twice.
Say what?
They played Texas twice.
They didn't play Texas the first time.
No, go down. I'm talking about Texas A&M.
Yeah, they played Texas just one time.
No, but look at November 8th.
That's what I said again.
November 8th.
Oh, still didn't hear that one.
On November 8th, Texas A&M played Missouri. Oh no, I'm tripping. I'm looking at never mind. You right. No, I'm looking at something different.
I was like, I might need to update my prescription here, but just one time.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and get back to the college football playoffs and stuff. So let me see if I can pull up the thing here, because I do want to pull up. Because right now we're looking at the top 25. So let me see real quick if I can. I'll put it back here. All right, so moving down from the 15 through 21 spot. All right, but give me 1 second while we look at that here, and I'm going to try to pull up the current college football playoffs pick bracket here. Any team stand out to you in this category?
You see they got Michigan at number 18 on the list now.
All right, let's see. All right, so here we go. So I'm about to share this one once I make everything bigger here. All right, share this tab. Okay, so this is what matters right now to most of the public right now here. So looking at the latest rankings released from the College Football Playoff Committee in terms of last Tuesday, so yesterday, what they dropped down. So this is what the playoff picture would look like if the playoffs started today based upon College Football Playoff Committee's evaluation of where things stand at. So you look, and obviously they've got Ohio State in the number 1 bracket there, would play the winner of Notre Dame versus Oregon. That would be a good matchup there. Who do you think would win that matchup right here, right now, Zoe, if Notre Dame and Oregon matched up?
I give it to Oregon.
All right, you think Oregon would win that one?
Yeah.
I could see Notre Dame possibly winning that one. Possibly. All right, and at number 2, they've got Indiana. And so Texas versus Ole Miss. Who do you think would win that one, Texas and Ole Miss?
I would say Ole Miss for real.
Okay. Ole Miss has looked pretty good this year. They have.
Yeah,
I know Texas is playing better lately, and it's still to be determined, how that plays out. I would like this matchup, but ultimately I do think that Ole Miss would win this one. But it would be a hard-fought game in that one. All right, at number 3, they've got Texas A&M. And so Miami versus Texas Tech, who do you think would win that one?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I gotta go with Miami, man. I like that Ricky wide receiver, man. I'm going Miami over Texas Tech. I ain't gonna lie.
I want to say it like this. It's going to come down to the offensive line. If Texas Tech can have their will and get after the quarterback and force Carson Beck to just start throwing the ball, turning the ball over, Texas Tech wins this one. But if Carson Beck is able to be comfortable there, Miami stays controlled and doesn't turn the ball over, they win that one. It will come down to Miami's offense not turning the ball over in that one, and the offensive line giving Carson Beck time against that front 7 of Texas Tech. So that one can go either way based upon who wins the line of scrimmage. Let's see, Mr. JB says, "You're a good man, Zoe." And then at number 4, Alabama. Now, I'm even going to play around with this one. South Florida versus Georgia. Georgia would win this one. This
Yeah.
would be that game that we basically got last year where who was it that
Boise
just got
State.
whooped in the first game? What was it? SMU versus somebody, I feel like.
Well, Boise State wasn't it?
Because I remember Stone. I think
Yeah,
their quarterback Stone
they
and got
both got whooped,
benched.
didn't
So yeah, it was bad. It was bad. So that would be the bad matchup where everybody's like, okay, at halftime we're gonna stop watching because this is getting ugly. If you seriously put South Florida versus Georgia in a must-win situation, then
they?
yeah.
Yeah, I got but Georgia will whoop their ass.
But if Georgia were to advance there versus Alabama, do you think that the second game will go the same as the first? Because they always say it's hard to beat a team twice.
I think it would though. I have to go with Bama.
I think I'd go with Bama too. Difference being the quarterback poise late in the game in that big time matchup. And I trust Bama's quarterback more than I trust Georgia's quarterback in that particular situation. Okay. But yeah, I mean, so let's say Miami were to beat Texas Tech there. How far do you think Miami could really go? Could they upset someone like Texas A&M?
I could see that because they got the quarterback for real who been playing 10 years in college. I could see that. I really could though. Because I'm not sleeping on Miami. Like I tell you, I like their receiver. I like their play call, and their quarterback is a season vet. So I could see
Mm,
that for real. And I like their play caller too, though.
okay, okay. Well, A&M, man, they got some dogs up front, man. They get
Yeah.
after it. They do. And
It's
this
a
defense for the
good game,
Hurricanes,
though.
they look good last week against Syracuse, but against everybody else, though, like when you're supposed to take care of business, you got to take care of business. You got to have that killer instinct as a team, you know?
What
And
up,
so
FM?
I question if they have that or not. But you're right, they
Man,
got the experienced quarterback, they
man,
got the receiver, so if they get hot, they can.
man, go to the other game.
What's good, SM? What's good? Oh man, let's see. What is the ceiling for a team like Texas and even Ole Miss? Do you think Ole Miss has what it takes to make it to like a Final Four? Or do you think by the time we get there, Lane Kiffin's going to be looking for a new job?
Hey, man, go to that one game you keep on skipping, though.
Say what?
Go to that one game you skipping.
Which one? The Notre Dame and Oregon?
No, the Ohio State playing somebody.
Oh, we haven't gotten to that one yet. I was just going, we're
Oh,
going to
okay,
get to that
okay.
one. We're
Oh,
going to
no,
get to
I'll
that
make you go.
one. What's good, Mike? So yeah, we're gonna get to that. We can get to that one now, though. I mean, shoot, Notre Dame versus Oregon. You said you think Oregon would win against Notre Dame. I
Who
think
you
Notre
got?
Dame would win against Oregon. At this
But
point, they're playing much better ball than they did at the beginning of the season. And even so, like they only lost to A&M by what, 1 point? I think Notre Dame could beat Oregon. And I like Ohio State versus either one of those two teams.
I just about to say that no matter who they play, I think they're gonna beat either one of them motherfuckers. I want to go to that next round. That's the round
Oh,
I
the
want
next
to
round.
go to.
All
Yeah.
right, so the way the bracket is set up now, so if we're assuming, I guess, all the home teams they had the one off, they win that when they advance. So if it came down to Ohio State versus Bama, how do you think that would play out?
I
Now
ain't gonna
before
lie to
you
you.
say that one, I gotta say your team has crushed the dreams of both of these two teams over the last couple years, though. So you've seen both fans crushed. So I'll give you that props for that.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Like I like what I see out of Ohio State, but once again, I don't trust your quarterback, bro. I would have to lean towards Alabama because I don't like. I like your receiver. Your defense to me is it ain't no shutdown defense, but they do what they got to do. I like your receiver core, but I don't trust your quarterback. It like if Alabama is who we think Alabama is at this point, I think their defense is going to step up in a big way, and this will be a low scoring game. And I have
Mhm.
Bama sneaking away with a W because I feel like they will force more turnover because I just don't trust Ohio State quarterback.
I get where you're coming from. I do. But the team that I feel like we should be most concerned about from Ohio State perspective is Texas A&M. Because Texas A&M, They got them pass rushers. We lack a true running game. That's what we
For
lack.
real?
Like, yeah, we got Bo Jackson doing some stuff in the backfield occasionally, but when we need to run the ball, CJ Donaldson, all of them, they don't get rushing yards. You know, they only get the yards they get because we get a big lead, so we keep running it, and eventually they'll get the yards because we want to establish a ground game. That's what helped us out last year. But a team like Texas A&M that is built to where they don't have to blitz anybody extra, they can go out there and win. Because I know I already know Ryan Day's mindset. He's going to tell our he's going to tell our quarterback, just don't lose it. Now, against a team like Alabama, because our defense is as good as it is, I say we'd have a good chance. And by a good chance, a 56% chance is what I'm saying. You know, but against A&M, that's going to drop drastically to about 39%, and in all honesty. Because I feel like A&M is built. They give me flashbacks of what the Florida Gators were to my Ohio State Buckeyes back when we lost to them and they had Tim Tebow and stuff like that. In terms of how that defense matched up against our offense.
Yeah.
So,
I remember that. I remember that year.
That's why I'm always mentioning A&M.
Oh, right. So okay. I see where you're coming from now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, don't get me wrong. Now, Bama will be. It'll come down to coaching and stuff like that. It can go either way, but I still like our chances to win. But A&M, that's the one that I'm going to be on the edge of my seat like, oh, man, this might be it here. Because it's like you say, you know, Julian saying all the Heisman talk I'm hearing. I'm like, look, if y'all actually watch the game, you will notice whenever we play a team that's really good defensively, we just get ultra conservative with him to not ruin it. And I love the fact he doesn't turn the ball over, but will he go out there and do enough to beat a team like A&M that's probably going to score 28, 35 points against our defense? Or can we score 38 points against them? No. We can't score 38 points against them. Now, Bama, we won't have to. Bama, if we can get to 23, 24, 27, that should be enough with our defense to beat them. Indiana, we're built to beat a team like Indiana. It's just what it is. So, all right, let's see. Oh, my bad. I skipped the question. Essom said, JB, how good is Ty Simpson? You haven't watched him play yet. And so I'll give Zoe an opportunity to jump in on this one first there, and then I'll chime in after that. But how good do you think Ty Simpson is?
Who the fuck is Ty Simpson?
Bama quarterback.
Oh.
I'll chime in first.
I watched him play when I seen him play Tennessee and the other. Like, he okay, but he don't wow me though. Like, he okay. He makes some throws at times though, but like, I'm thinking about Alabama. I'm thinking about their defense. Like, I'm watching him. I never said shit about the quarterback. I'm not in love with their quarterback. I just like the play caller and the things the quarterback have around him, and they might can capitalize on. But Ty Simpson, he don't like. He is not one of the best quarterbacks Alabama had. I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't know his motherfucking name. I watched him play. I watched him play it a few times. Shit.
Meanwhile, I'm finna look up some stats here so I can just go over the numbers here real quick. All right, so let me share this tab here. So
I'm just going
Ty Simpson.
I'm just going off the eye test. He might have some good numbers, but he don't do shit to wow me when I watch him play.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and jump in here. So when I think about a guy like a Ty Simpson, you know, he strikes me as, and again, I'm not comparing him to this guy here, but in terms of just his mindset and how he views the game and how he protects the football, he reminds me of a younger version of something like a Drew Brees in terms of, as a coach, he's what you want. He can go out there at the next level and throw 25, 28 touchdowns and keep it to like 6 or less interceptions. He can make the smart plays. He can make the clutch plays. Does he have that wow factor that you get with some of these big time quarterbacks with their arms? No. Is he going to be as popular a pick as someone like Mendoza from what he did at Indiana? No, but he's a guy that coaches will love because he brings leadership, true leadership at the position. He will do his best to ensure that those around him are locked in as well. He's got the mindset and stuff. And he's what's bringing Alabama back to where Alabama feels like Alabama of old because of him specifically. So I like Ty Simpson. And I think as a prospect, while he may not be a top 5 or a top 10, he's someone, if you get him later in the first round, let's say he goes to a team like the Rams or something like that, he can excel. He's probably going to end up having a better NFL career than Mendoza, because unfortunately for Mendoza, probably end up somewhere like the Jets, a trash organization that's going to mess up his career. No shot at Mendoza. He's really good, but it's just probably that's how life works in the NFL. A guy like him will end up in the right spot, I feel like, to where they'll be able to, he's smart, good coordinator, can work out. Heck, he might be your future quarterback, Joe. You never know.
You said the Rams.
Say what?
Did you say the Rams at first?
It's doing that audio thing again on my end.
You don't hear me?
Let's see. Mike says Patriots are clearly pulled ahead and you're furious. Mike, man.
You hear me now?
Okay, I hear you now. Yeah, go ahead.
So you said Simpson might get traded get drafted to the Rams?
I could see him being drafted by a team like the Rams. They're a smart team there. They'll identify him.
Nah, that would be nice for him, though. That would be nice, but like, I don't know. Like, I watched him play it a few times. Like you said, I never seen no wild plays out of this quarterback. I watched him play it a few times. I ain't even know his damn name. I'm like, who the fuck is this quarterback? But I get what you're saying though, because Sean McVay, you look at Matthew Stafford, you look at Jared Goff, and look at him. I can see it though.
Yeah, because he's the kind of kid that when they're interviewing prospects and they get to talk with this guy, I feel like when they talk with him, they're going to love what they hear from him and be like, you know what? This kid gets it. He can come in right away and make an impact for us. He don't have to go out there and be a superhero. Just go out there and do what we ask you to do.
But,
we got the weapons around you.
But don't get me wrong. I never said he was the bum. I just said I don't like what I see. I don't see no wild plays, but that's all I gotta say. I only watched him play a few games this year. Did he start last year?
Did Ty Simpson start last year? That's a good question because no, they had Jaden Milroe last year.
So, yeah, that's right. That's right.
The forgotten man.
Yeah, I forgot about his ass.
But as to what Mike said about the Buffalo Bills, man, fallen man.
Buffalo Bills.
Whew. I don't know how the Bills lost that game to Miami in that fashion. I don't know what's going on, honestly. But if that's not a wake-up call, I don't know what is. Like that clearly. But
the
Bills, the Falcons also. Yeah, go ahead.
Man, the Bills got to fire their head coach. And I'm going to tell this right now. The Bills, I ain't do my homework. I'm going to do a video on this. But I know we're going to lie tonight. I had time. I want to see what is the LA Chargers defensive coordinator record versus Kansas City Chiefs last year. I know they beat them this year though, but I feel like Buffalo need a defensive coordinator. Josh Allen is already developed. The defense is ass, and your main problem is stopping Kansas City from winning. We all can say Josh Allen is a better quarterback than Justin Herbert. We all can agree with that.
That's right.
But I feel like Buffalo need that defense coordinator in LA right now, who at the Chargers, who came up under Harbaugh. He did good at Michigan. Everywhere he been, he did good. And he played he coached under Mike Tomlin for like a year or two. So he is a good seasoned coach I think Buffalo need. Because they need their defense is ass.
Oh, yeah. And also, in addition to the defense just being as bad as they are, you're not doing Josh Allen any favors to where you didn't replace that number one option he needs outside. Someone to help him when life is tough. To have that outlet, You said they got somewhere? They drafted a kid.
Yeah, they drafted your boy.
It wasn't my boy. He ain't going to Ohio State now. He ain't my boy now.
No, I'm just saying they drafted your boy Kenyon Coleman. He just ain't it.
Yeah,
but I ain't gonna lie though, JB. Sean McDermott been there for what, 8 years now? And you getting it like at the end of the day, even though he went a 12, once again, you win a 12-13 game, you get into the playoffs, and you was a defense coordinator. You cannot stop Kansas City you gotta go. Josh Allen is already developed. Josh Allen ain't gonna get no higher ceiling than what the fuck he done hit last year. What you get, what you see out of Josh Allen. You got to fix that defense.
That's right. That's right. And you're asking Josh Allen to basically like, hey, we need you to be Superman just to get us back to this places where
Every
before in
game.
years past, yeah, like years past, he had a little bit more help, so he didn't have to do as much. But now, no defense, limited receiving core. All you got is really a run game. That's it to complement that. And I mean, you are part of the run game in that situation too. So it's insane. Buffalo's they gotta switch some stuff up there. They got to.
They need Jesse Minter, man, from LA. Because from the looks of things, I'm gonna see what happens next before I do my video. He look like he could beat Patrick Mahomes. So if I'm Buffalo, I want him in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. All right, so we'll get ready to talk about some of the NFL picks.
You got New England now. I forgot about y'all. Y'all climbing the fucking ladder for somehow. Y'all that came out the fucking basement.
That goes to show all you need sometimes is the right coach, and they can fix a lot of that. But it ain't only just that now, because we did sign a lot of players in the offseason. And you know what?
Like who?
Everybody, like we
who
were
y'all
on
big
the defense.
Who's y'all big signing though?
The biggest signing we have was that defensive lineman that came over from the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm trying to think of his name.
He ain't doing shit though, is he?
An interior. And he's been a big help. He's been a big help.
Yeah, man. You know what crazy, JB? I ain't hear that man name one time. His name, ain't it Williams some shit?
Oh, what is it? Hold on, I'm trying to.
Man, I ain't heard this man name one time this season. I thought he was hurt.
I mean, at one point he was hurt for a little bit, but he came back.
Okay.
And once he's been back, because not just him, there's also like Carlton Davis, a third.
I like him. That was a big pickup.
Milton Williams, that was it. Milton
Williams.
That was the guy.
Man, I ain't hear his name all season. JB, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I thought he was a bust over there.
Nah, he's been good. I mean, that's the thing though. Like the what I feel like is working right now for the Patriots is that because expectations were so low and stuff like that, like everybody who came in, they just accepted like, look, we're here and we're just gonna accept whatever role we have. You know, we're not gonna no man above, anybody else. And that's not something you see on some of the other teams. You look at the Cincinnati Bengals, for example. They're losing, but you can tell on the sideline when Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, when they're on the sideline, they're like, hey, we're getting paid. This ain't us. This is somebody else's problem. But you don't see that on our sideline. We're like, hey, we're just gonna do our job. How can we get better? Somebody make a mistake, we gotta help them out.
And another thing I like about New England, I can't penalize y'all for this. Because y'all were bad last year, I believe. Y'all were bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
So y'all playing on the fourth string schedule, right?
That's right.
But as y'all playing on that schedule, even though when y'all getting them hard teams, y'all knocking them off like the Buccaneers. Even though Buffalo, a division team, I feel like y'all gonna split. If y'all sweep them, I'm like, damn, yeah, they for real. But I feel like in a division, you supposed to split. You supposed to win your home games. That's just me. But when y'all beat the Buccaneers, I'm like, hey, they looking good. Even though, like I tell people, if the Vikings do bad this year, JB, next year they plan on the fourth schedule, right? Mm-hmm. So they play all the bad teams. Then they might look good. It's just a consistent thing with my Vikings like that I'm seeing.
That's right.
And when I'm looking at New England, like y'all did y'all thing against New England, even though I think y'all lost to the Raiders in week 1. Hey, look, that was crazy business. But it was week 1. I don't penalize y'all for that. But y'all knocked down the Buccaneers in the middle of the season, and y'all moving in the right direction though. Like week 1, I don't give a fuck who beat who lost. It's week 1. People still trying to fill their team out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like y'all looking good though. But do you think y'all play Indy this year?
This is the one time we don't play Indy in the regular
I would love to see that game.
So I feel like it's gonna be a playoff matchup. I really do feel like it. It's gonna be a playoff matchup.
I would love to see that game.
I can see it because I mean that would be amazing. It may not be the Brady versus Manning anymore like it was back then, but hey, just as good. Because JT honestly should be the MVP if we keep it in the buck. The way he
Hey,
out there running,
he
like,
going crazy, ain't he?
mm-hmm.
That shit he did last week.
Ooh.
Hey, I woke up early. I didn't know a game was on. I put on the football channel. I'm like, is this shit new? So I go to my phone. It told me the game was live. I'm watching the game. I'm like, then I see him going in overtime, and I'm watching this run. I'm like, this motherfucker is going crazy this year. If nobody benefit much from Daniel Jones, it was him. You can say all you want. Daniel Jones is a bad quarterback, or he threw 4 interceptions again. Like no matter what, that's the game is there, and he opened up for Jonathan Taylor. Taylor is running wild right now.
Oh yeah,
he look like a fucking rookie. I ain't never seen him play like this.
See, he's so fresh too because his team is actually doing good this year. You know, and sometimes it's like when Saquon first left the Giants and went to the Eagles. You get that burst as a running back where it's like, hey, I'm actually running for something that means something now. You know, it's not just these, I'm trying to carry the team, but he's like, hey, like we winning with this.
I'm happy you said that. So let me ask you this right now. Who do you think right now is the best fit for the New York Giants? I'm gonna throw this out there right now. I forgot his name. Let me look at my phone. But I will say this because it is a trend, and I can see it. I can see the New York Giants hiring Mike LaFleur, the OC for the Rams, because they have a young quarterback. But I see JB. I want to talk to you about this though. So I would say Mike LaFleur because he's the OC, but we know the Giants just had an OC. Then I would say Jesse Minter from the Chargers, but then you say he a defensive guy. He can't develop your quarterback. But if you look at Houston, they hire a defensive coordinator, but CJ Stroud got developed under defensive coordinator watch. And Jesse Minter, to me, by him coming under the hardball tree, he know how to develop a quarterback, and he might already have an OC already in place. So I don't know.
Tell me this. Who are the 2 biggest quarterbacks that you've seen that started their career, let's say, around the year 2000? So from 2000 to 2025, top 2 quarterbacks that you've seen outside of Patrick Mahomes. We're just going to leave him out of this conversation.
What year?
Since the year 2000, top 2 quarterbacks that you've seen. Since the year 2000.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I can't go that down far.
Like, would you say Tom Brady?
Oh yeah, of course, Manny? Tom Brady. But man. Oh yeah, like Manny, Brady, Tops, Drew Brees. I won't say Philip Rivers because he had everything he needed. He still failed. He failed. Even though Brees been in 1 Super Bowl, he was decent. Rodgers back then was okay. Big Ben to me is underrated.
Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to add another filter now. We're going to narrow it down to top quarterbacks, same, year frame, but who's won multiple Super Bowls. So at least more than 1. So if we put it that way, that eliminates Drew Brees and stuff, but it keeps Manning there because he won, with the Colts, with the Broncos.
Both Manny, though, even Eli.
And what do they have in common? If we're talking about the best of the best, Brady and Manning, defensive head coaches.
For real?
Defensive. Yeah, Tony Dungy was a defensive guy. Came over from Tampa, took over for Indianapolis. Yeah, he's a defensive guy.
He was. I'm tripping. He was in Minnesota for a minute.
There you go. And it's just something about, because for both of those situations, I'll take Peyton Manning early in his career because I feel like for a quarterback, the first 6 years is so important that you have the right offensive coordinator for it. And so he had Tom Moore.
Say that again. What'd you just say? I gotta write this shit down.
The first 6 years, I feel like for an NFL quarterback, it's so important that he has the right offensive coordinator to help him develop, because that's where he's going to build those habits in the
You
first
said
6 years.
you said the top two quarterbacks both had defense coordinator Tom Brady
Defensive coordinator.
and
Yep,
Peyton
Tom
Manning.
Brady and Peyton Manning, defensive coordinator, head coaches. Because that's like like, since I've got to use what I'm most familiar with, but that's like if I work in sales, right? And like if my manager has also worked in sales, aka an offensive coordinator that knows what he's doing and stuff like that, that will be more impactful for me than the VP of sales if he's the one that knows it, but he's never hands-on because he has to manage the entire sales, so I don't really get to talk with him. It's the same thing as a head coach. Like, yeah, he'll come by, talk with the offensive coordinator, but he's not directly impacting me. But if I have a great offensive coordinator and while we're getting ready for a certain game, my head coach is a defensive coordinator saying, hey, I watch your film better than anybody. This is how they're going to try to attack you. So this is what you need to look out for. Rather than the offensive coordinator, as a head coach, that's like, all right, it's game time here. Let's draw out this play here. And then, he can't think of it from a defensive perspective.
I like that. JB, I like that. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's see.
Hold on. Hey, hold on one second. Hey, man, you should drop some gems on this motherfucker. Hold on one second.
But Essence says USC gonna be snatching Oregon's chain, but I didn't hear it from him. Okay, hey, I look forward to that matchup there. I really want to see, how far can USC really go. Let's see, Mr. JB says the big offensive line Alabama you can mix them in. Okay. Essence said the Rams got the Falcons first round pick. Okay. And Mike's like, look, Mike's like he's seen enough. He wants a Super Bowl, so bring him someone that can win it. Get McDermott gone. And Samuel says, hey, JB, look now what's the Northern Lights at Dallas, Texas. And so I'll definitely check it out. But man, I really hope that YouTube TV figures their stuff out, guys, because this has been very frustrating since I heavily depend on YouTube TV for a lot of the games that I am able to watch and stuff like that. So not being able to get some of the major channels has been extremely frustrating. So I hope YouTube TV figures this out fast. All right. Meanwhile, I think now's a good time for me to pull up, while we wait for Zoe, pull up the standings right now for the NFL picks.
Hey, you drop some gems on that one. I'm gonna use that shit. I'm gonna use that shit in my video tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah, I figured that out. Cause think about it. How many times do we hear everybody, they draft a rookie quarterback and they're like, oh, we gotta get a rookie offensive coach.
That's what I be saying. That's what I be saying. But I look at Houston. Even though CJ Stroud's taking a step back, I mainly blame the GM on CJ Stroud because you ain't drafting no fucking running back. You got rid of both of my best offensive linemen, and I like CJ Stroud shit. I blame him. I blame the GM, not him. But
that's right.
But what you said though, you dropped some gems. I'm gonna use that shit in my video. I ain't gonna lie. You dropped some gems on this motherfucker tonight.
Oh yeah.
Why, hey man, hey JB, why you don't drop videos though?
Man, shoot. I used to, but it's like, when you drop and you invest like, 5, 10, 15 minutes in a video, because I was getting long-winded with the videos and stuff, go through the editing process, and then it only get like 10 views and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, that's a lot right there. So I've realized my live streams is where I get, at least the more interaction and stuff.
I feel you though, but I feel you 100%, but I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I think like on certain topic, like the next head coach for the Giants or the Bills, man, I think you need to drop, because the shit you said about the Giants, you dropped that shit to get ahead of the curveball. You fucked everybody up. Then if you drop a short, you go back to next year when they do hire a coach and it be a defensive dude. They be like, damn, Doss. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I would try my best to drop a video about 5 or 8 minutes long on a regular basis, because You be know what the fuck you be saying. I'll be wondering why you don't drop videos.
Hey, defensive coaches, they are great at halftime adjustments. Like offensive coaches, I give it to someone like Andy Reid. I feel like he really knows how to make offensive adjustments. But defensive coaches, when you get one that can really adjust in game, be like, hey,
But
bro, like I'll never forget when they showed Bill Belichick talking to Stephon Gilmore, and he's like, hey, they're about to run a double move on you here, so be looking for it. And then the next play, I'll be dang, they try to run a double move on him, and Gilmore was ready for it.
But JB, my only knock was that is, even though you see some, like you see Josh McDaniels, even you see Houston OC did it the past year. Some coordinators will reject head coaching job. But if you're a defensive coordinator and you hire somebody to develop your quarterback and he do good, then he leave and take some of your coaching staff with him. Now you back scrambling from the school. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way I'll be looking at it, though.
That is true, and that's how they look at it as well, But honestly, like everybody's got a coaching tree and stuff like that. So if your offensive coordinator is getting plucked and stuff like that, the best way, if you know that you got somebody else lined up as a coordinator, quarterback coach, and he's a good play caller, just haven't had the opportunity and stuff, and you feel like he's got that it factor, then you got to promote him. Give him that chance there. NFL is all about networking. It doesn't have to be just your coaching tree. You build relationships, So if I'm someone like, a younger Bill Belichick, and then my guys get plucked and stuff, then I'm going to reach out to Bill Parcells, someone who I trust, I know he's going to point me in the right direction to hopefully the next Sean McVay before we realize who Sean McVay really is and stuff like that. You have to rely on those connections there. Somebody that you trust and they know the game too.
Right. I like that shit though. That's you fucked me up. You fucked me up with. I for sure had to write that down. though. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I like that. Because I feel like the Giants, with that defense they got, they need a defense coordinator. The OC ain't worked last year. You need a DC to make sure you got or Buffalo. Josh Allen is already developed.
Yeah, it's like, especially a team like, for example, like Cincinnati, right? Like you would think, oh, since we're paying all the money in the offense, let's go bring in a new offensive coach to come in. And what they really need is a defensive coach, but not for the reason they think of just like improving the defense. Obviously, you need that defense because that defense is bad. Really bad.
You know what's crazy? I read an article 3 days ago on how true it is. They said the Bengals is willing to listen to offer for Joe Burrow, even though it'd be hard to move him. They said they will listen to offer for Joe B. I don't know how true it is.
I would categorize that under just rumors for that one there. Sometimes there's smoke and there's fire, but I don't think that there's fire there. You're too invested in him, the weapons there. You move on from him, you're setting this team back. Somebody will get fired. We just saw somebody get fired for doing something stupid like that. The general manager for the Dallas Mavericks and stuff like that, Nico and stuff. They fired him because of that trade he did. That's the kind of trade that gets you fired.
But look though, JB. But look though. But listen, they said they would trade. They said they probably would listen for offers. An offer might probably be like 2 first-round draft picks and some young defensive players. But on the back end, with one of the best receivers in the NFL, and what that receiver name?
You talking about Jamar Chase?
Yeah, with Jamar Chase, with T. Higgins, and the offense they have, and if you can get 2 first-round draft picks, you already gonna have a shitty first round pick, but like a move like that, I could really understand, because at this point, the Bengals really needs to rebuild. The O-line is horrible, the defense is horrible. Like, you really need to rebuild in Bengals already, though, for real.
I'm gonna put it like this. Remember how everybody became so fond of Joe Burrow? I know it was early in his career. He led them to a Super Bowl, and he did so with a terrible offensive line. You go out there, you get 2 first-round picks. That's cute on paper, but what if you end up drafting someone, and again, not saying that they would draft this position, but someone equivalent to a Henry Ruggs that'll never turn out to be nobody for you. You draft a bust. Because odds are, if you got 2 first-round picks, you're probably going to miss on at least one of them. They're going to end up not being anything. Or even if you hit on both, maybe they're a rotational piece. You know, they ain't gonna change no lives. To where you fast forward 5 years in the future, you're talking about a backup linebacker that starts maybe 6 games out the year, and then someone else like a tight end that just keeps subbing in and subbing out that you could have easily got off the street, but you did it because it looked
But
flashy on paper to
but
have 2 first-round picks. This
but
ain't Madden video game. You
I,
can't make these boys,
no,
turn out to be. If you got somebody that's young and that's
no,
him at the
I
quarterback position,
no, I feel you, JB. But if you look for if you looking at Joe Burrow, if you looking at his view of the shit, like this shit ain't gonna get no better since I'm here. I told these dumb motherfuckers to sign both receivers. These dumb motherfucker did the shit. The defense is ass. The O line is trash. We ain't got no running game for real. Like if you look at the Ravens, you're looking at look at New England. They right now is a team you got to worry about in the AFC. If you look at other teams that are coming up, like look at Houston. Houston is okay, but they just a piece or two away for being a good team in AFC. And if you look at the Bengals with Joe Burrow, like we paying all this money in the offense just to be the 5th or 4th or 6th best team in the AFC, and we can restart the quarterback market, get the defense together, but at this point, you need a true, real head coach and somebody who can draft. But if I'm the Bengals, though, I will try to move on for Joe Burrow. I would. I say give me 2 first-round draft picks and 2 nice defensive stud, like a DN, a linebacker, a corner, a safety. But I need something like that.
Okay. I feel you. But you know what? Let me ask you this, Zoe. Would you trade in, sell the house, the car, everything you own into an account if you know that account, the moment you sell that stuff, they're going to give it to somebody else? Like all this trading you do, you move on from Joe Burrow. By the time you get that replacement to work out, it might take 2-3 years before that guy really turned into a superstar. You're going to be gone by then, long gone by then.
I don't know, JB. I might be naive, bro. I just feel like, honestly, man, it don't take that long.
It's the same thought process that Nico had with the Dallas Mavericks. If I move on from Luka don't play defense. I can't win a championship if he don't play defense. So I'm gonna trade him, and then you still get the guy that you want to draft. So everybody's excited. They're like, nope,
I ain't get that though.
You. And so,
so when they fire him though, is Dallas playing bad right now?
It wasn't even about that. The owner basically did not feel like couldn't let it go. The basically how the fans fell out over that stuff. Because they're gonna listen to the noise. That's their ticket and stuff like that. They took a hit financially for that.
JB, at the same time, before you make a trade like that, the owner gotta be okay with that. So you okayed the trade though. So I'm like the Dallas shit, I was really lost because I'm pretty sure you okay for where the fuck his name is.
For Nico,
and you got the number 1 pick. I thought Cooper, what's the name? Cooper Flag?
Yeah, Cooper Flag.
I thought he was good, they said.
He is, but they still didn't like that trade.
But JB, you the one that okayed the shit. You could have said no and fired his ass. But you said okay. I don't know. I don't get that shit though. But I ain't gonna lie though, JB. But from the Bengals, for me looking at the Bengal ownership, if I'm looking at the way Houston turned things around and the way the Commanders turned things around in 1 year, and I'm looking at all the money I got spent in this motherfucking team, if we can get the right people in free agency with the money we will save, but at this point, you got to start opening up the checkbook. But if we hit on our draft picks and get the right quarterback, we still can compete in the AFC. Because what the fuck are you doing with Joe Burrow? Like, how many times did he miss the playoffs since he been there? How many times did he miss half of the fucking season?
But I don't know. When he accepted that contract though and took that money, there are consequences with that money. You get paid to lose, basically. You become like Carmelo Anthony in his peak. You're just getting money just to get money at that point. And not only did he get money for himself, he had the nerve to advocate for all them for his receivers too. It's like, nah,
They
don't let T
dumbasses
Higgins hit the
did this
street. I
shit
need
though.
T Higgins.
That's why.
So
That's why if I'm Joe B, I won't out. Y'all dumbasses, listen to me. Like that's why I tell people, I respect what the Cowboys did with Micah Parsons because I think I told you numerous times, Micah Parsons is not that damn good of a player. I don't give a fuck how many sacks he had. Hell, he playing the Cowboys twice a year. He playing the fucking Commander twice a year before Jaden Daniels, and he playing other bum teams. But when it really matter, he is not worth the money he is guaranteed. Ain't no way in fuck I'm paying Michael Parsons no $30 or $40 million plus. And I like what the Cowboys did. They moved on from him. And I can respect that. Because Michael Parsons is not no game changer. And if you look at the Bengals, though, JB, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck now. How good is Joe B? We see what old Joe Flacco doing with that offense.
yeah, that's true.
And I'm paying you what, $50 million? And this old motherfucker getting paid the bare minimum. And he put up 30-something points per game. Man, shit, you lying.
Hey, you got a point there. You got a point. Let's see. SM says, where do we think Kyler Murray's going to end up at? Zoe, do you have a destination in mind? Because every time I think about where Kyler Murray could end up at, it doesn't feel like a natural fit.
I got two destinations. Pittsburgh and New York Jets. Knew my two destinations.
I was thinking Jets as well, probably because I partially want them to end up with Kyler Murray there. But if he goes to the Steelers, I can see that happening too. I can see that happening too.
I gotta say this though, JB. I got to say this. I like Kyler Murray. I just feel like Kyler Murray would deal some bad fucking play calling. Because if you go back this year, fuck the other years. Because I've been watching shit for a minute now. Kyler Murray never really had no run game since he been in Arizona. I done watched the Cardinals because I had a running back on my fucking football case. I watched the Cardinals throw the football 6 plays in a row. And Kyler Murray will run for 2 plays. They do not run with the fucking running back. Like I would just say, he would dealt a bad hand. Is Kyler Murray a perfect quarterback? No. But do Kyler Murray have something I think you could get from him if you that right coach? Yes. If I'm the Jets or the Steelers, especially Pittsburgh, because you see Aaron Rodgers again. Oh, if I'm Pittsburgh, with the way my team is set up, I will have to gamble on him if I'm the Steelers or the New York Jets. Because the Jets going to have some early draft picks in this year's draft. You can sign Kyler Murray or trade for him, and you also can have your quarterback behind him waiting for a year or two. But you need a quarterback who can play quarterback. Justin Fields I don't know what the fuck happened to Justin Fields. That need to be studied.
It's sad, man. It's sad. It's sad. Well, I feel like Kyler Murray right now is teetering where I feel like he is where Russell Wilson was in his career when he hurt his thumb that year, and he was right on the verge where he's about to decline. To me, Kyler Murray lacks the mental maturity I want in a quarterback. You out here talking about it's not your job to feed Marvin Harrison Jr. Who the heck job is it? You my quarterback, and we drafted this guy in the first round. You gonna say some dumb stuff like that, and then he's streaky. When he has a good game, it's selectively, it's against opponents that he can expose, then to go out there and throw 3 touchdowns. He get hot in the game. But I don't need a quarterback that gets hot. I need someone that can go out there and get me touchdowns when I need it in the playoffs, and I guarantee you he can't do it. I guarantee you he can't do it.
I feel you, JB, but at the same time, what is we saying by Kyler Murray saying that? What is we saying in the offensive meeting? If I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm telling you, we have to feed the ball to number 18. This is what I'm telling you. But by him saying that, they're telling me when they doing a play calling, number 18 wasn't a priority.
He made him not a priority. Because Jacoby Brissett's doing just fine throwing it to him. Just fine throwing it to him. And another thing, isn't Kyler Murray the same quarterback that they had to put a clause in his for him to actually watch the film? Didn't they have to do that
Man,
for him?
man, listen, man, listen. Hey, man, listen, man, listen. Listen, man, I'm gonna be real with you. That was some bullshit. But let's be for real. Have the Arizona Cardinals, as you being a football fan, had they did right with Kyler Murray?
The only thing that they did right for him was give him DeAndre Hopkins during that time. But I feel like that window is passed. I feel like at a certain point in time, that's like you trying to convince me right now that Kirk Cousins can be something better than what we've seen already.
Oh no.
It may not have been his fault. It may not have been his fault, but that's the NFL. You know, David Carr was thrown into a bad situation. At some point, bad habits, it becomes who you are. If you have bad habits here.
Oh no,
and this is who he is.
No, that's facts. I'm just saying, I just feel like sometimes quarterbacks need a different scenery though.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
So if you Pittsburgh or New York, you want to trade a 5th or 4th round draft pick for Kyler Murray for a year, see what happens?
I'll do, but I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. The same thing that happened when Russell Wilson left Seattle. You about to experience that.
Man, don't do my boy like that's bold.
I'm just telling the truth.
That's
I'm
bold, man. That's bold, dog. That's
You're gonna get the same thing you got from Russell Wilson when he left Seattle. They thought he gonna come in, everybody talking about let's ride with the Broncos, and they realized how bumpy that ride was. It was like turbulence. Really, like get us off this ride, bro.
I can't say shit about that one though. You right about that one though. But dang,
nobody thought that was gonna happen. They gave him
I like Kyler Murray though, man. I like Kyler Murray though. I ain't gonna lie to you. He need a real coach, man.
You know what? Also, there's another thing that I've realized about quarterbacks that scramble and stuff like that. Kyler Murray runs a bit like Vince Young used to run back in the day. Like he looks like a kid running from a parent with a belt, basically. Is what he looks like when he scrambles. Those types of quarterbacks don't get too far. It's the ones like the Josh Allens, the one like Lamar, where you can tell like they're smart about how they do it. They're not just running like they're scared in the pocket. Kyler Murray runs like he's afraid in the pocket. You know, it's out of fear rather than strategic about it. Those quarterbacks don't get far in this league.
I can respect that. Nah, I like that. You're right about that, though. But I just feel like the shit in Arizona over with, though.
All right, so let me catch up on a couple more questions here. Then we're just going to go straight into the picks for this week. But that was a good question, SM. It really got us thinking there. You say, JB, the 49ers got a situation. Mac Jones playing decent for a lot less money than Purdy. They messed up paying him. So I already know what you're going to say on this. I already know there. And so, yes, the answer is yes, without a doubt there. I cannot defend Brock Purdy here because Mac Jones holding it down. You know, he's holding it down.
That was dumb for even playing Brock Purdy. And the 49er fan, they was high. But everybody know he wasn't no good quarterback, man. Like, come on, man.
And you know what else? That's not their only mistake. Brandon Ayuk, giving him that money. Mistake. Jerron Jennings, giving him that money. Mistake. Mistakes across the board. Because the only person that's worth a dang in that offense right there seems to be George Kittle when he's healthy. And Christian McCaffrey, as long as they block for him. But even then, he's having injuries every now and then, so you can justify not giving him a big deal because of that. But not saying that those guys are bums because they have potential, but they staying hurt this year. You can't rely on them. The 49ers are always injured. And this has been a theme for them ever since the departure of, if you go back to after Steve Young left and stuff like that, you know, the whole Jeff Garcia, Garrison Hurst days, them guys always hurt. I don't know what it is. They're always getting hurt, but now it's really bad.
Hey,
so
that's crazy.
They wasted money.
Hey, that's crazy. We were talking about Kyler Murray. I cut my phone on. They said that Arizona feel like they will not be able to trade Kyler Murray due to his contract.
There it is.
An outright release before 2027 season to guarantee his money will more likely to come.
Now, I'm going to say this warning right now to Miami Dolphin fans. Y'all stay clear from this mess unless y'all want to set yourselves back 10 years if y'all make this foolish mistake and go after Kyler Murray. Let the Jets make this mistake. That's a mistake for them.
The Jets can because they just want him for a year, a couple of games.
Let's see. SM says Joe Burrow turning into Andrew Luck. And he also says, thank you, Nico. Yeah, as a Laker fan, I am happy for what he did. Oh yeah, I don't even think I. Oh yeah, that's right. So tell us, Zoe, your thoughts on the Sauce Gardner trade.
He said, I thought the Jets I like the trade. Indy is a top team in the AFC right now. And we all know their weakness is their secondary. Fuck them draft picks. If you feel like you can make some noise in the AFC playoffs, you already have a strong run game. Your quarterback in the pass game is okay, but your secondary is leaky. It was a good move. Like, fuck them draft picks. Like, at the end of the day, ain't shit but a late first round draft pick gonna be in the 20s.
I will say this.
I'm
I
not
will
mad
say
about it.
this. Sometimes it's possible for both teams to win. I look back in history at the Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff trade. I think it worked out for both teams. The Rams, they got a Super Bowl out of it. The Lions, they got stability and was able to build a team, and Jared Goff actually panned out too. So sometimes it can be a win for both teams. Will it work out for the Jets? It depends on how their draft goes. But for Indy, you went and got a guy. They were in the market for a DB, and you went out there and got someone that you truly believe in that can come in and help a team right now that's peaking at optimum capacity right now. And that's what their goal was, to get better, and they got better right now. So it only how can we determine how smart this was? It's going to come down to simply how does Daniel Jones do in the playoffs. If he can lead Andy very deep to where they're on the verge of making a Super Bowl, and Sauce Gardner's a part of that, you look back on this trade and say, hey, this was the missing piece. You know, they can do a whole documentary about it and stuff like that. But if the Colts were to fall apart somehow, some way between now and then you might look back on it and say, all right, was that a premature thing? But I like what they did, because you got to take a chance in the NFL to get better now. You can't always worry about tomorrow, not when your team is winning. For example, what the Jaguars did, getting Jacoby Myers, I didn't like that, because I felt like this was a team going nowhere. You picked up a guy, his contract's going to expire at the end of the year. He don't want to stay in Jacksonville. Who wants to stay in Jacksonville?
Yeah,
So it was a waste. I don't
yeah.
know why they did that.
But like you said on the Sauce trade, is like he is a young corner who gonna be there for a couple years, and at the end of the day, like it's just two firsts. Like you still got the second, third. Like the first round draft pick shouldn't build your football teams anyway. You should be able to hit on your second, third, fourth, and fifth round draft picks. So I'm not mad about the move.
I tell you what, though, I felt like Indianapolis was like, look, if in order for this trade to go down, y'all got to take AD Mitchell, because that man cost us the game, and we're not over that. So
Man,
they
they never put that man back in the game after that shit.
So, but it's good there for the Jets that they can capitalize, but that's a big if, because it's so many factors that goes into drafting guys. Sometimes you draft the right guy, but because the situation doesn't work out, and then he goes somewhere else and pan out. Think about Sam Darnold. The Jets did draft Sam Darnold. So you did your evaluations. You were correct about his potential. He just couldn't do that with you guys, because you guys were that bad of an organization. Go somewhere else, finds the fountain of youth, and there he goes. Look at him. I'm mad now in fantasy football because the fourth quarter means nothing for the Seahawks, which means Jack Smith and Jigba doesn't give me more points because they've already taken care of the game. He's spreading the wealth to 5 guys already. I'm like, dude, focus on my guy, but he's balling now. Seahawks look great.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all caught up. So now we're going to go through these picks here. And so you already know who I got with this one here. I've got the Patriots, and I truly believe that with it being a rivalry game, that the Patriots will not overlook the Jets. I don't feel like we're in the position to overlook anybody. We've seen the Jets have won, what, 2 of their last 3 and stuff like that. They're playing a little bit confident now, and they're going to be up for us. They hate us. We hate them. So I feel like we're going to be up for this one and focused. So what do you think, Zoe?
Yeah, man. Like you said, I think the Jets right now they right now the Jets are playing for draft spot. So I gotta go New England.
Ooh, Commanders versus Dolphins. Who can try to convince their fan base that their season's still alive for one more week? Who do you like in this one?
I like the Commander. I think this game is played overseas, if I'm not mistaken. And I think Dan Quinn is taking over defensive play calling from the Commanders. So the Dolphins, what they did last week was cute. It was nice. They're gonna be still high off that win. I gotta go with the Commander with a bounce back win.
I'm going to pick the Miami Dolphins to win this one here, although neutral site there. That win last week, I could feel the frustration coming off them players there. You know, to see H.I. go out there and have the game that he had and stuff like that. Tua, I don't know what Tua got going on in his head and stuff like that. But am I going to trust Marcus Mariota to come through there in this matchup there? I don't trust him to do it. I think it will be close, but I'm going to give this one to the Dolphins. All right, let's see. Samuel says he's got Miami also, and he picked the Patriots. Okay. Oh, Panthers versus the Falcons here, so Atlanta at
This is a
home.
good one.
Ooh.
The Panthers is a real fucking roller coaster. But at the crib, and I think Atlanta lost last week, if I ain't mistaken.
Atlanta. Who did Atlanta play last week?
New England was not New England, but
That was the week before. I forgot who Atlanta played this past week. Oh, that's right. They played Indianapolis. That's why I'm tripping.
Yeah, and they lost.
Overtime.
They lost to New England too. Me to Indy.
Mm-hmm.
Overseas.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go with Atlanta, man. I feel like at some point you gotta start winning some football games, man. If not, I think everybody might get fired. They keep on losing, man. Because how the fuck are y'all 3-6?
I'm gonna tell you right now, this game, Atlanta versus Carolina, is gonna come down to a couple of things. Rico Dowdle is an excellent running back in the backfield this year for the Panthers in terms of having big games. And we saw Atlanta get gashed by Indianapolis and Jonathan Taylor. I'm not saying that he's on the same level as Jonathan Taylor, but when Rico gets going, that helps this offense out. Atlanta and Carolina is always a hard-fought game. It usually comes down to when the Panthers beat the Falcons in a game just like this, Atlanta ends up missing 2 field goals in the game, and then Carolina's able to capitalize in the situation here. So I can clearly see a path there for Carolina to get this W, but that being said, they just took Indianapolis to overtime, so it would be foolish for me not to give Atlanta the benefit of the doubt in this one. They just got to make their field goals. That's it. If they miss their field goals, it's a wrap. All right, Buccaneers versus the Bills. I'm going to go first with this one here. So right now, the Bills, they just got beat up by one team in the state of Florida. And now they're going to be playing Tampa Bay that's pissed off. They just lost to New England there. Both teams can share that in common right now. But can the Buccaneers go on the road here and beat the Bills? I'm going to go ahead and have enough faith in Baker Mayfield and company to say that, yes, they will go down to Buffalo and beat them. What do you say, Zoe?
I got the Buccaneers too, man. I've seen Josh Allen lose to Michael Penix, Tua, Drake May, and I think Baker Mayfield and that offense is gonna dog walk that down Buffalo Bills defense, and I think Tampa Bay Buccaneer defense is gonna stop Josh Allen enough time to get that dub. I gotta go with the away team.
All right, and roll into the Bills if they fall to 6-4. They'll have some real problems. All right, Houston versus Tennessee. I'm going with Houston here. Although I know Davis Mills has been quarterbacking, but he came alive in that fourth quarter last game. Not to think that it really matters, Tech. If Houston can get to 16 points, that's enough to beat the Tennessee Titans. But I'm gonna go ahead and say Houston wins this one. It'll be a little close because Tennessee defense is not a pushover, so it will be close. But Houston wins. What do you say?
Man, this is the NFL, and we see crazy shit happen. I gotta go with Tennessee, man. For some reason, somehow, I think Tennessee gonna figure it out and get this W, man. I don't know how. I want to pick Houston, but I think Tennessee gonna pull it out, man. They're gonna be like an upset type game.
Okay. Speaking of upsets, let's see. The Bears versus the Vikings. So before you talk about Minnesota Vikings, stuff like that, I'm going to go ahead and make my pick here first. When I look at this game right here, I see 2 teams right now. One in the Bears that is ascending, and then one with the Vikings, not saying that they're descending, but it's like like just going straight right now. Like they need to determine what they want to be. Are they going to be a good? This is the last like chance here. If you lose to the Bears, you're going to make them 7-3, and then you're really going to probably be the last team in the division if that happens there. But you're at home. JJ already beat him one time early on. Can he do it again? But Swift is running better these days. So man, I'm actually going to end up taking the Chicago Bears on this one here. And so I think that the difference is the Bears understand that they need to run the ball. Can the Vikings get that concept through their head that they got to run the ball too? That's the big question. But what do you say, Zoe?
I gotta go with the Vikings at the crib. Like you said, they beat the Bears already. And if history tell me anything, it tell me that my head coach will have one bad play calling game. Then the next week he will bounce back with a nice play calling game. I can see Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones having 22 rushes combined against the Bears, and Caleb Williams will have an interception that will cost the Bears, and the Vikings win the college football game against the Chicago Bears at the crib. Even though the Bears is on a little mini winning streak, but I got the Vikings at the crib.
I thought you were about to say 22 carries apiece for both Jordan Mason
No,
and
hell
Jones.
no. I said,
was saying,
no, total.
You
No,
went too far there, dang
man,
it.
I ain't that crazy.
All right, next up, the Packers versus the Giants. Who's going to be starting Jameis Winston at quarterback this week because Jackson Dart's in the concussion profile, and well, Russell Wilson's been demoted to third string quarterback now. So, man, I'm going with the Green Bay Packers in this one here. Giants, they've had some, a couple good sparks, but all their sparks are basically gone this game. All of them. So, what do you say, Zoe?
Yeah, I think this is really like a bounce back game for the Green Bay Packers. So I gotta go Green Bay against the New York Giants and Jameson Winston, who ain't play all season long.
Now, if Jameis Winston had Malik Neighbors, I could see the fireworks. I could see him going deep to Malik and Malik just having a big day. But he ain't got that. And Rydell Robinson is not that guy. So, yeah, Green Bay. Ooh, Bengals versus the Steelers here. So, Zoe, I'm going to let you go first with this one.
At the crib, knowing with the Bengals, I think the Bengals beat the Steelers before, if I'm not mistaken. But at the crib, bro.
Did they? Yeah, that's right. Because I remember Mike Tomlin was so pissed off about the Joe Flacco trade.
Yeah, he was so pissed off.
The Bengals won.
He was so pissed off, and I gotta go with the away team. I gotta go with the Bengals again, man.
Okay. So he's gonna go with the Bengals here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I do like Cincinnati in this matchup here because Pittsburgh, while they'll be able to run the ball here, Cincinnati, with the way that Joe Flacco's been playing lately, they're gonna put up points, and that's all you have to be able to do against the Steelers. Put up points. If you can put up points, you can get a W. So I'm gonna go ahead and also pick Cincinnati to go on the road here and beat Pittsburgh. And if that's the case, then you may be right about the Baltimore Ravens climbing back in there. If Pittsburgh falls here, that's all the Ravens really need right there.
For sure.
All right. Chargers versus the Jaguars here. I'm going to go first with this one here. So I like what the Chargers have been doing. The Chargers, despite the fact of all the injuries they've had, the running back position, offensive line injuries early, but Jim has stuck to what makes him a great coach, continuously believing in that ground game. You got that Kimani Vital guy, whatever his name is. He's out there looking like he could be a 100-yard rusher and stuff. It don't matter who they put back there. Zoe can line up back there in the backfield and go out there and at least get him 85 yards rushing behind that offensive line, it seems like. And so I like the Chargers here. It's just for the Jaguars, man. It seemed like even though they're 5-4, they don't feel like a 5-4 team right now. They really don't. So
I told you a couple weeks ago, man, when we were talking about this, man, they gonna miss the playoffs. I got the Chargers in this game, man.
Green Bay wins. Jameis will make it interesting. I'm just happy for Jameis, And I think Jameis is at the point of his career where he's like, look, I just want to hang around, whether it's the backup, if I got to start a couple games, just let me hang around. He's happy down there at the Giants. So I'm happy for him. That's what his Bengals went on the road. Okay, so we all seeing the same vision here. Okay. So you got pick away. Okay, but yeah, Chargers over the Jags. Oh, now here's the big time matchup here, Zoe. And I got to give you the honors to go on here first because it's Seahawks and Rams. What do you think?
The Seahawks is a good football team. They've been balling, but let's keep it a buck now. The Seattle Seahawks been hiding Sam Darnold. They put up 44 points last week, and Sam Darnold threw the ball 12 times for 178 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. And Matthew Stafford, if I'm not mistaken, the last 3 football games, he had 4 touchdowns in each game with no interceptions. I like fucking Rams at the crib against the Seahawks because I feel like Sam Darnold, the real Sam Darnold, is going to show up and the Rams gets his W. That's just me.
I really, really, really like the Seattle Seahawks team. I really do. In some ways, they remind me of in the AFC Indianapolis Colts, except they have some differences in terms of how they go about it. That being said, the Rams at home, obviously a divisional game. I can tell you the exact score. The Rams will win this one 27-20. Make no mistake about it. Matthew Stafford's playing at a level of an MVP, and this is going to be the game that cements him in the future when they look back and say, who's our MVP? As great as Jonathan Taylor's been, you know they're not going to give a running back that MVP. But Matthew Stafford, he can get it. He deserves it. He's been out there just throwing it. Him, Devontae Adams on one side, and on the other side, you got your boy Puka Nacua. You've got it all back there. And in a game like this, that defense is going to get after Sam Darnold. And Sam Darnold's playing great, but Matthew Stafford's playing amazing. And that's going to be the difference. When amazing faces great, amazing always wins. So give me the Rams at home in this one.
Right.
Sammy's got the Rams also. All right. All right. Another good game. 49ers versus the Cardinals here. And so I'll go ahead and go first with this one here. San Francisco, they finding ways to win. Now, I do like what Jacoby Brissett's doing from a poised position because I feel like people need to see Marvin Harrison Jr. actually look good and see he's not the problem. It's Kyler Murray. So I hope that people can see that. But aside from that, San Francisco will find a way to win this one here. Cardinals are just not built to do anything really this year. What do you say, Zoe?
Yeah, I like San Fran, man. Like Cardinals. Man, they left for dead, man. What my man did against the Cowboys, that's the Cowboys. San Fran gonna get back on that winning track. I got the 49ers.
Okay. Bet. SM says the Rams are hot. I think they stay hot. Probably split with Seattle later on. Hey, it's going to be a good game, though. It's going to be a good game. This is the game you make sure that you watch. The Rams and the Seahawks there, that's the game you need to make sure that you're watching there because this is going to be one heck of a game and so important between those two teams. And I do think that they will split this year when it comes to, like within the division with each other. They will split 1-1. But I think the Rams take this one. All right, next up, the Ravens versus the Browns. Now, I remember speaking of Jameis Winston last year, Cleveland was at home and they beat the Baltimore Ravens, but they had Jameis Winston back there. But Dylan Gabriel, a.k.a. Dollar General is what I call him. I've seen some bad throws about this man, bro. I'm talking about some real bad throws I've seen. So I'm going to go ahead and go first since I'm doing all this talking and stuff. I'm picking the Ravens to win this one here. It'll be close because the Browns defense is that good and Judkins will do what he can, but ultimately the difference is instead of them having Joe Flacco, they've got Dylan Gabriel, and Dylan Gabriel's missing too many throws. What do you say, Zoe?
Yeah, this not even close, man. I gotta go with the Ravens, man. Dylan Gabriel, like I said, he wasn't good in college. I don't know what the Browns doing, keep on playing this quarterback though, but I gotta go with the Ravens. This might be the last game we see Dylan Gabriel. After this shit, I got the Ravens.
What happened to the Giants coaches? What should have happened to the Browns coach? He should have been the one to be let go because his bias or whatever it is, favoritism, however you want to call it, is clearly evident. Dylan Gabriel's not giving him a chance to win. So see what you can from Shador so you know if you need to move on or not for next year. But you got him on a team. He was considered by many a first-round pick. Mike Mayock just don't throw nobody's name in there just at random. He may have been drafted late, but he was seriously someone that he brought hope to a team in Colorado that right now they can use some of that hope right now. They missed that.
You ain't
hope
lying.
So
You ain't bullshit.
Give this man a chance. He's already been humbled, you know, like you drafted him late, you made him third string. He's gone out there and done the best he can to go out there and be a teammate. Give the kid a chance here, you know. So that's all I'm saying. You ain't going nowhere. You're 2-7, dang it. I'm hearing more about them, you know, with Deshaun Watson right now than I am hearing about them when it comes to Shador. I'm like, put the kid in. The fans want to see him. That's all they ask for. They done been through so much with this team. You remember years ago when they tried to trade for what was it, AJ McCarron, and they couldn't even complete a trade. They couldn't get the paperwork in time, like at the trade deadline. Like that's
Yeah,
the kind of organization Cleveland is.
that was
So
crazy.
you might as well play the kid. He might can change your franchise.
Never
He
know.
needs something. No regular quarterback gonna change that.
Ooh, this is a
All right,
game
next
right
up.
here.
Oh yeah,
Ooh, this is
Chiefs
a game.
versus the Broncos. I gotta let you go first with this one, though.
Ooh, this is a game. Oh man, I like the Bronco defense. The offense ain't been showing me nothing. I want to pick the Broncos bad. I really do. But their offense ain't giving me nothing to pick them. So oh man, I gotta pick Kansas City, man, on the road. I don't want to though, but I have to.
Mhm.
Broncos offense been bad the past couple of weeks.
You know, I understand a lot of what Kansas City's feeling right now, what they've gone through. This reminds me of the year for the Patriots where we started off 4-4 before we played the Indianapolis Colts, who at the time was like I think 9-0. This was when Teddy Bruschi was coming back from his heart surgery and stuff. So it was a very emotional game to have him back. And we knew what it meant for our season if we lost that game. Kansas City knows what it means. They're 5-4 right now. Broncos 8-2. Chargers are playing extremely well. They understand they've got to win this head-to-head here. And great teams like the Kansas City Chiefs understand how to win when we get to this point of the season. And the Broncos, like you mentioned, offensively, Chiefs are going to take away that run game. It's going to come down to can Bo Nix do enough offensively. And right now, they've just been hiding him. You know, they've been hiding him when he's not playing that well. And quite frankly, he's targeting his boy Troy Franklin too much, in my opinion. You got a guy like Courtland Sutton, and you
That's
refuse to throw the ball to him. I
that's
ain't
his
talking
boy
about fantasy
too.
football. You know,
That's
and he's showing it too.
that's
He's
his
showing
boy.
it. I'm like, you're helping your boy a little too much, and he's hurting you
He's
in your
showing, hey,
development.
he's showing favoritism, huh?
Yes, and it's costing them. It's costing them. So I got the Chiefs winning this one. This is the kind of game where at this point of the season, the teams that know how to win big games will show up, and the Chiefs certainly fit that category. If you're going to beat them, you got to put up some points. 16 points ain't going to cut it for the Broncos. It
Right.
won't.
Ooh.
All right. Ooh, another game here. All right, now, so I really want to know who you got for this one. That's why I want to let you go first with this one. Because on one hand,
Listen.
I know that you understand that the Lions got some weaknesses. Other people can't see it, but I know you can see that the Lions have weaknesses. But you also can see Jalen Hurts' limitation for what it is and stuff like that. I will say this. Jalen Hurts, he's a clutch quarterback. When I say clutch, when the game's on the line, he can come through. But if I need you to throw for 4 quarters, he won't do that for me. That game against Green Bay was ugly to watch. It was very ugly. And so who do you got winning this one, Zoe?
Man, at Philly, the Lions offense, we know about their offense. Their defense is good. The Lions is one of the top teams in the NFC. But on the road, with history and what I've been seeing this year, and the Eagles going to be hyped up for this game because the Lions been talking a lot of shit about the Eagles for the past 2 years. For whatever reason, I don't know. I have to go with Jalen Hurts in this fucking Eagles team, even though, and I think AJ Brown is going to wake up for this game. I think Jalen Hurts going to throw AJ Brown the ball.
He better.
I think the Eagles win this football game, man, at the crib.
Okay. I'm gonna put it like this. All right. When I think about Detroit Lions and their losses, you know, they have a common theme going on. A team that's good at stopping the run, so you're not going to get those easy things. So when you take away the run game for the Detroit Lions and they become too reliant on Jared Goff, then you start to see little pieces and fragments of the old Jared Goff and stuff like that. And don't let the team be able to get pressure on them and stuff like that. From what I've seen from the Eagles, they have shut down a lot of offenses. Jordan Love and company for the Green Bay Packers, they can get hot if you're not a good defense, but the Eagles, they're clearly a very good defense. That's going to matter, especially they're at home. The Lions are on the road here. That's going to be too much for the Lions to overcome here. The Eagles will win this one and advance to 8-2. And Detroit's going to lose this one because they are not the same Detroit team as last year. They're not going to run the table and like they did last year. This is where Jared Goff gets exposed a little bit. Hopefully not too much there for fantasy football's sake, but he's going to get a little exposed in this one. Jameson Williams, I don't know what's going on. They drafted this guy in the first round. He is yet to become that number 2 that they were hoping that he can be. He can have moments, but they need more from him to help elevate this offense to where they want to be from a pass game perspective. That being said, though, yeah, Eagles are going to win this one probably like 27-17. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm very confident the Eagles will win this one. All right. Cowboys versus Raiders. I'm not going to waste anybody's time with this one. Cowboys will win this one. Raiders got problems. What do you say, Zoe?
Yeah, I got the Cowboys, man. Cowboys put up 30 points easy on the Raiders.
Coming fresh off a bye week, too, if I'm not mistaken, too, as if they needed it for this matchup. Rico Dowdle's going to go out there and run for over 90 yards rushing. You heard it here first. All right, so how many points will be scored for the Cowboys versus the Raiders?
Shit, I got 50.
I'm going to say 33 points because the Cowboys scored 30, Raiders get 3. Raiders got a lot of things going bad right now. San Francisco's got the Cowboys winning that one. Okay. But yeah, that's our picks there. Let's see. SM says that Dan Campbell voted to keep the tush push, and it's definitely going to backfire on him in this game. I hope so. Because, man, I needed Jalen Hurts to save my fantasy football team last week, and he did not deliver. So I hope he makes up for it this week and get a couple of those tush push to the end zone while we still can, while it's still legal. Because it won't be next year.
Yeah.
Sam says 6 or 7 points. I don't know what they're putting in the Gatorade if this combined for 67 points, but guess say something for JB in that case.
Yeah, 50 points.
All right, so that's all of my picks here for the week. Oh man, but yeah. So Zoe, you got any planned live streams coming up?
Yeah, I'm gonna go live probably at halftime for the Vikings and the Bears game, and I'll probably go live Sunday night about 7 o'clock. And I'm also going live tomorrow, like 6 o'clock Eastern time, to preview the Vikings and the Bears game because I ain't do that yet. So I will be live Thursday night. Watch my channel. I'm going to post it early tomorrow morning. But yeah,
okay.
On live Sunday and Thursday.
Okay. Let's see. What about Michigan? You going to be doing anything for Michigan this weekend?
No.
Who y'all play this week? Or are y'all in the bye week this week?
We was on bye week last week. I don't know who the fuck Michigan played this week.
Well, my man said they got this in the bag. He didn't even got to look and see who they play.
We played Northwestern.
Oh, well, I mean, Northwestern did beat Penn State for whatever that's worth, I guess. Oh, man. But yeah, let's see. Thoughts on Campbell taking over the play calling. You know, I like the fact that if you're not satisfied with what you're seeing and you're the head coach, it's okay to step in and say, hey, give me the play sheet. Let's see how this looks. Right now, you're in the regular season. You're still building out, to get things ready for that final push before the playoffs here. So if you can somehow improve this offense there and you think you can, go ahead, because at the end of the day, Dan Campbell's going to be held responsible regardless of how things play out. So if you feel that you can provide a little something that they've been missing ever since Ben Johnson left, then by all means, do it. Let's see. Because rather than wait till something going wrong, if I start to see that the faucet's starting to, the water's starting to get smaller and less coming out the fountain and stuff, I'm not going to wait till it goes dry. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can fix it myself before we got a, real problem. So I like it. What do you think, Zoe?
Yeah, I could respect it. He ain't like what he's seen out of Minnesota. So he took over the play against the Commanders. But I feel like the Commanders game could have been a get-right game for your offensive coordinator to get the plays and shit together. But this move right here, you're showing me you calling plays for the rest of the year.
Oh, yeah. You don't make a move like that unless you mean it, unless things start going really bad. But Dan Campbell knows it's not enough just to get to the playoffs this year. So he's trying everything he can to see if he can add some type of spark because they need it. Because that loss to you guys, yeah, that shamed them, man. That was bad look for them. Y'all want to tell us that y'all can get to the Super Bowl and then y'all struggling with a team that don't even know if they got the right quarterback or not. The fan base is divided, and they came and split y'all apart like that. Dan Campbell needed some answers, man. And I appreciate him doing that, rather than just being stagnant like some coaches and just playing with the same thing. If it ain't working, it ain't working. Would have loved to see the Eagles try something like that early in the season when their offense was struggling. Like, hey, we need something. We can't go out here and expect to score 10 points and win a lot of football games, so
Real.
that's that. Let's see, Samuel says, my next live stream start time. I don't have the exact start time yet, but I'm aiming to do something Saturday. I just got to see, which game am I going to have available. I'm hoping that YouTube TV works out their problems so that way I can have, the games that I really want to stream available. But I really just got to see which games, come on the channel that I can get and then go from there. But I should have it posted sometime. I'm going to try to do it by Friday, have it posted up there. All right, but man, we went a little bit over today because there was a lot to talk about. There really was.
For
And
sure.
so any final questions? Let's see. Kenneth, what's good? Says, hey, Mr. JB, how you doing tonight? And you're doing good. My next stream, my next stream will be sometime Saturday. I just haven't picked the game because without YouTube TV and not knowing if they're going to work something out between now and Saturday, I'm going to wait until about Friday to make that stream available just so that way I can know, which games I have available that I can stream from. So, absolutely. All right. Well, yeah, thank you guys for coming in here. JB does have work in the morning, so I will go ahead and end it. But appreciate you guys again for coming through. And really quickly, Zoe, let them know where they can find you at.
Man, subscribe to my YouTube channel, everybody, right now. In the Zone Sports. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I'm on Twitch, man. Subscribe to my channel. I do live streams. I do game streams and everything else, man. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate everybody watching our weekly show tonight, man. Good looking to y'all.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate all of y'all coming through. And, hey, we are at a very great time right now. I know soon we'll be talking about, some of the Thanksgiving games and stuff like that. For the Lions and the Packers game, Zoe, are you going to be doing anything for that?
I don't know yet. I got to see if I'm done. I don't know if I'm cooking Thursday or Wednesday yet.
Okay, well, you let me know. Because it might be a good idea for us to do like some type of, co-stream for that one, even if you have to join like late or something like that at halftime because you're cooking and stuff like that. But just pop in and,
Oh yeah,
we could go one.
We for sure could do something like that though.
Okay, bet. We'll talk more about it as it gets closer.
Bet.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming through once again. Y'all take care. And hey, we're almost getting to the weekend, guys. Almost getting there. Well, yeah, everybody signing out. Take care. See y'all next time.